All right, guys, we are back. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. I'm here on an island. I guess connections went out. But we are back and appreciate you guys joining us again. Real Bucks Talk here live on YouTube, and it looks like Jacksonville Jaguars went with Trayvon Walker, like we were talking about earlier. Again, I don't know if it's the right move, but it's very interesting to say the least.
Well, and especially interesting when you look at their depth chart. They've got former first round pick Josh Allen. They've got former first round pick K'Lavon Chaisson. And then, you got a couple of decent guys in Malcolm Brown and then Foley Fatu Kasi, their big free agent signing from the Jets. So you got your number one pick, but you've kind of already got guys at certain spots. So, but the good thing is we know that Mike Caldwell knows how to run a defense. He's going to have his guys in a really good spot. He's going to take a lot of everything he learned from, Todd Bowles and his time in Tampa, plus his time with the Jets, so on and so forth. I'm sure he'll find a way to utilize them. But what I was going to say real quick before we cut out was, isn't it wild how like 10 years ago we had the Legion of Boom and everybody was looking for their Earl Thomas, their version of Earl Thomas. Like they wanted that safety that has the range and allows you to play, your two corners essentially man-to-man in a cover three scheme, all that other stuff. And now it's just like, oh, super great guy, super talented guy. Kyle Hamilton can do everything. Top 20 pick or 20 to pass. I'll take him after 20. It's crazy, man. It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It is. I can't believe it. And now it looks like, the Lions are going here pretty quickly now. Pick is already in.
Aiden Hutchinson, baby. I can't see them passing up on Aiden Hutchinson.
You think so? I think it's going to be Kayvon Thibodeau, to be honest.
Could be either one.
Yeah.
Could be either one.
And Aiden Hutchinson makes a lot of sense. I mean, he's right there in his backyard, but I don't know. I mean, Kayvon Thibodeau, it's a great fit as far as what they want to do defensively. Right. But yeah, I don't think you can mess this up. I mean,
you've literally got like great picks, especially after Jacksonville just kind of laid the groundwork for you. And
right.
I mean, I guess the
only way they could mess it up is like take a Malik Willis, but but let's see who they take here.
They're going to take Trey McBride,
Aiden Hutchinson. There you go. Yep.
I was in. So my TV's a little bit behind you. So it was Hutchinson.
Yeah, Hutchinson. That's a smart move. I think that's that's the right play. Again, he gets to stay home in Michigan. I think that's a great story. So, just really great stuff there. Yep. I really thought it was going to be Kayvon. I know that was like the main sources last night. But again, I think Detroit made the right call.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. And it kind of reminds me, and not because he's a white defensive end or anything, but it reminds me of Kyle Vanden Bosch whenever he played up there. He left Tennessee and went up there and was and did well. They just get that blue collar worker, that guy who's, like you said earlier, has really good traits and he has the production. Makes total sense. And obviously he likes to dine on kneecaps as well, which is important if Dan Campbell's going to draft you. So but yeah, good pick. I like it a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's good. So, with that being said, let's bring in another guest here. Everyone knows this guy on, Bucs What You Heard, co-host for them. Let's bring in Mr. Ken Barrett. How you doing, Ken?
Kenny.
Are y'all able to hear me well?
Yeah, we hear you great. Yeah.
So I told I think I messaged you earlier on Twitter, but like I've been dealing with some tech issues today, and it's been so fun. So I'm on a new computer, and I'm just glad everything's working.
Oh no, you're good, man. We just had our entire stream like cut out. It was so weird. Freaking StreamYard
technology for everyone today. I guess
like literally have like the villain like with the big giant scissors over the plug.
Plus, you were right though. I mean, the Aiden Hutchinson, I thought he was going to slide, but I mean, he slid in it too.
Yeah, it makes sense.
If he didn't go two, it would have been fun.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was hearing a lot of Kayvon Thibodeau buzz, but it's nice that he went, number 2 here to Detroit.
Well, and Kyle Brandt on Good Morning Football had a really good point the other day about Trayvon Walker and Aiden Hutchinson. He said, when the college season ended back in January or whenever it was, he said Aiden Hutchinson was like the guy, not consensus, but the majority of people who follow the draft and all that stuff are like, he's the guy. But all of a sudden, without playing one game of football, Trayvon Walker is now the guy. So like, it's just
40%
man.
of
Just
snap
yeah.
Trayvon Walker.
It just shows you how volatile the draft is and how subjective it is too. Like that's the one thing. Like you can try to approach the draft from an objective standpoint, but at the end of the day, it's what these teams want to do and who they like, which is the absolute definition of subjectivity.
Yeah, no doubt. And now, the Houston Texans on the clock, their pick is in.
This is going to be a tough one. Stingley or Stingley or Thibodeau.
What do you have? Because you're fast ahead of whatever I have too.
Yeah,
I'm on, I guess, Island time. Direct.
No, but are you on Spectrum, Verizon? What do you got?
This is DirecTV. I'm using ESPN.
That's the first DirecTV positive buzz I've ever heard.
Hey! They finally got out from underneath AT&T, so it makes sense they're finally doing well again. So
yeah, but they might lose Red Zone now.
I've got it on NFL Network, so I'm going to try to switch over to ESPN. Maybe they've got a better signal or something.
Yeah, I'm not streaming, so it's just pure.
I'm definitely not streaming. No, I can't stream it. I can't with what I do for a living. I can't rely on that. I was sitting here like if my TV were to go out right now, I'd probably get fired for having like a crappy connection. So I mean, and I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't blame them either.
Yeah, but I think so far, we're 3 picks in. We're about to see the 3rd pick, but I think Detroit fans have to be very happy with getting Aiden Hutchinson at 2, him being able to stay home. I think that's really cool. It's just a great story. He's a great kid. He's going to bring awesome culture and really, just boost that franchise a ton.
Well, now they've got
32 and 34.
Yeah.
Did they still have Aquara? Yeah, they've still got Romeo Aquara. So, who had a really solid season the last couple seasons. So now you've got 2 defensive ends who can really get after it.
Yep. Yeah, this will, now with the Houston Texans, it'll be interesting if this is Derek Stingley. Again, that was the rumors yesterday, Derek Stingley at 3. I could still see offensive line here. I think Ike Ekwonu makes a lot of sense.
The thing is, what are they going to do with Tunsil? That's the big thing. Like if I was the Saints, like for instance, that'd be my first call.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got a 1st-round pick in Titus Howard at right tackle too, right? So I mean, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
But Tunsil, you can't want to play. Like, if I'm Tunsil, I don't want to play there.
No, God, who would want to play there? Nobody.
To be honest, what 3rd head? I mean, Lovey's. I think we all can agree Lovey's probably not lasting after this year.
Who knows with Houston? Man, Houston's entering like Jacksonville territory and former Cleveland territory. Even though I don't think Cleveland's really separated themselves very much in the last couple of years. So as much as everybody wants to say, they're still like organizationally, they still have a lot of questions. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, here it is.
Yeah, so ESPN definitely has a quicker feed then.
Yeah.
Go figure. They better have a quicker feed.
Right. Yeah, let's see who he says here.
Derek Stingley.
Derek Stingley Jr.
Wow, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, you're on that one.
Got that one correct.
That makes sense, though. Lovey's defensive guy. With the type of defense he's going to want to run, you're going to have good coverage on the back end in order to let your front 4 get home because he's not going to really blitz often. He's that traditional 4-3 cover 2 vanilla crap guy. Even though he's mixed some more stuff in lately, but I mean, we know what it's all about. So it makes total sense for him to take in terms of athleticism traits and all that stuff the best cornerback in the draft.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this guy.
Why is that woman posing with Goodell? I'm sorry, that was just like the most.
I didn't see it. I missed it.
What happened?
This woman in a cowboy hat wearing Texans gear posing with Goodell while Stingley was right after it's flashed away from Stingley with his family.
Oh wow.
So let's see. The Jets are up next. Man, this is an interesting pick too.
Yeah, I mean, do they go offensive line or do they go? Sauce Gardner.
See, I thought Sauce could last till 10, but if Stingley's off this early, I don't think he can.
They signed DJ Reed, who should come in and be a pretty decent guy. But outside of that, they've got Bryce Hall. They've got Michael Carter II, not the running back on their team, Michael Carter. And then they've got, Brandon Eccles, who's a backup. I mean, corner could definitely be at play here, but you would think they would go offense, even though they did bring in a lot of weapons last year and they re-signed Braxton Berrios, all that good stuff. I don't know. Offensive line does sound like a a really big possibility here.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
think
didn't
it's
they-
Icky or Sauce. Those are my two right now.
And wasn't Evan Neal or maybe Icky one of the two, or maybe both of them didn't they say like one of them could start out at right tackle and eventually move over to left? Or am I crazy thinking that?
It would be Neal. I
Okay.
think has the better. Like he's played more on the right. Icky just
Mhm.
basically just stayed on the left at NC State. So Neal just has the little bit of flexibility. But I mean, if Mekhi Becton's really out or outside looking in right now, then the
Right.
left
Yeah.
side's open. They have a decent George Fant tackle and and
Mhm.
George Fant. I mean, like
Right.
on the right side. So solidify that left. But we'll
And that's
see.
and that's definitely something to consider is what they view of Becton, because this regime has only had Becton for 1 year. And Kenny, you were the former offensive lineman. In your opinion, have you watched enough of Becton to get like a good feel for him?
I need to find the tweet, but during the season last year, I was like, this guy looks like he's 380.
Holy
Like
shit.
he apparently ballooned up to 400. Like, and that
What?
was it's reportedly coming out that he at some point during the season last year was 400 pounds.
Yeah.
400 pounds.
Yeah.
It was right as soon as I had mentioned on our podcast, and as soon as we hopped off on Wednesday, I literally just sent it over to Pless and Gene. I was like, this is what it looked like, because again, it's really hard to really nitpick 340 and 360
Yeah.
on TV, but it was leaning towards 380, 400 is what it looked like to me. And that's what scared me about Becton, was because it's kind of like the Davis thing. And it's what kind of scared me about Villa too. Like, if you have someone that big and they're not disciplined with what they do off
Right.
the field, all that athleticism for that size just goes immediately out the door. Then you just don't have anything. You just have a big wall that just can't move.
A blob. Yeah, and I mean, like, and it puts him at risk for injury too. I mean, when Vita
Which
first
is what
came in,
we got injured last year.
yeah, and then Vita came in, his first couple of years, he dealt with injuries, and he was raw coming in and figuring out it. I remember, I mean, all he had for 2018 was just the bull rush. If you stop his bull rush, you stopped him. But
and I mentioned this last night, but I told Pless and Gene, I was like, that was the best thing that ever happened to Vita, because he never really got to play for Mike Smith.
right, exactly. he is the definition of a true nose in a 3-4. Yeah, he doesn't need to be flexing in between the nose and the 3 tech in a 4-3. Like, that's just, especially with Chris Baker next to him. We've come a long way, Bucs fans. We have come a long way in the last 4 years.
Yeah, yeah. Chris Baker, and go back way back when we
that
had
tree baby
Albert Hainsworth, and oh my goodness.
I mean, I remember I was at the Titans Bucs game when they came here to Nashville in 2011, and Albert was on the team, and it was so sad watching him. I was just like,
yeah.
like, dang. Oh wait, and it wasn't Chris Baker. Chris Baker was 2017. It was Gerald, and I'm a Gerald fan. I don't hate on him like a lot of Bucs fans do, but still, but Vita Vea is definitely a true, zero tech nose tackle. He doesn't need to be switching back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and occasionally you can put him on the left tackle,
Yeah, I'll say, or you can, run him at 9 wide.
Yeah.
And just let him tee off.
Yeah, push back the pocket. But
the thing with Mike Smith though is he would, if he ever put him on the outside, he would do it for like 30% of snaps. So
yeah, it looks like the Jets pick is in here. It'll be interesting to see if they go Kayvon Thibodeau. But quickly, let's just talk a little bit more about so far what's happened. Obviously Trayvon Walker at 1, Aiden Hutchinson to Detroit, and then Derek Singley Jr. at 3. Any surprise? I mean, obviously the surprise is Trayvon Walker at 1, but looking at the other 2 guys, I think that is pretty valid, and those guys deserve. Not saying Trayvon doesn't deserve, but it was just a little shocking that he went number 1 over the other 2 guys.
Well, and I think it's, with the exception of Aiden Hutchinson, it's Trayvon Walker and Stingley. Stingley at least has the film, but it's like, what can the upside be?
Right.
I think that's what the trend we're really seeing right now.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
And and he fell off so hard the last 2 years. It's kind of hard to keep
that
that
2019 tape for Stingley.
Yeah,
man.
Right.
And I think you're looking at the pro day as well. The pro day was just so exceptional. Just seeing him move out there. The injury was clean, and everything looked good from that standpoint, healthy, and his ability to just move so fluidly. And when you look at the tape, from last year, even the 3 games that he played, I thought was very good. And a lot of people were talking about him as being, CB1 all along. And I think NFL teams saw that, and it's like, okay, he went ahead of Sauce when, Sauce Gardner was supposed to be that first corner off the board. And this could be actually him right now to New York Jets here at 4. Let's see who they take.
I think it's going to be Thibodeau.
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun, dun, dun.
Nope, Sauce Gardner. There you go.
All right. Yeah.
I think once Stingley went, there's no way he's lasting. And
Till 10. Yeah.
Sauce to me is that Richard Sherman prototype for that defense.
Right. Nice.
Yeah, that's a really good pick. And I think they had to get, defensive playmakers, on that team. And makes a lot of sense, especially when you still have a Carl Lawson that's coming back for you, hopefully healthy, and he can be a factor for their pass rush. But you got to think at 10 with their next pick, they probably go either, receiver or some type of pass rusher.
Yeah, and you've got a defensive-minded head coach in Robert Saleh, and going back to Lovie Smith, Robert Saleh runs a 4-3 vanilla defense. 2 high safeties, 4 down linemen, not a whole lot of blitzing. So you need those guys to hold up on the back end to allow your front 4 to get home. And I mean, the Jets, looking at their depth chart right now, they've got Carl Lawson, like you just mentioned, Quentin Williams, obviously, who a lot of Bucs fans wanted to land in Tampa Bay in 2019. Then you got Sheldon Rankins, who's been a pretty decent player for the Saints, and you got John Franklin Myers listed as a starting front 4. You can get enough done there. They added some good depth in Jacob Martin, Solomon Thomas, obviously, who played under Saleh in San Francisco. But yeah, I mean, easily with 10. If they can get another good pass rusher, or if they can continue to help their franchise quarterback and Zach Wilson, you can't really go wrong with either, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we know they've offered 10 to basically everyone and their mother for a receiver. So is it Jamison Williams, or does Jermaine Johnson last? Does he make it to 10 if they want the pass rush?
Right.
I still think there's enough there to figure out what Zach Wilson is, as long as they are okay and Mekhi Becton does the right things and can at least be okay on the left side.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think, getting a cornerback like Sauce Gardner, like you guys said earlier, that's a perfect fit for what they're trying to do defensively. Makes a lot of sense. And he's a guy that can just, pretty much lock one side of the field, also play some, cover 3 that they like to do. So I think that's, the way to go. And, we'll see, if a certain pass rusher or receivers there at 10. But now we move on to the New York Giants, who have the 5th overall pick, and they got to be pretty happy. I mean, they have their pick of offensive tackle.
Right.
They have a pick of Kayvon Thibodeau here at 5 as well. So
yeah,
a lot of good options.
They would be, and the Panthers are happy too right now, because they need offensive tackle help in the worst way. They need it before they get a quarterback, in my opinion.
If they fall enough, will the Saints call for 7?
Right.
If all 3 are there,
I mean, one of them's got to be there.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
They
could, if the Giants don't go tackle, I mean, Carolina, I think it's quarterback at this point. They could literally just get their pick of the litter, or even if, like, let's say the tackle starts sliding, maybe 9 and 10. Like, we know Seattle's always willing to trade out. And as a Bucs fan, that's what I'm worried about. Is I don't want them getting the top 3. Let them have Trevor Penning. I don't want them having the big 3.
I can't remember what her name is, and I feel terrible, but the reporter that covers the Panthers for ESPN said that since Jordan Gross retired in 2013, they've started 16 different players at left tackle. That is,
I could have been the lucky number 17.
That is absolutely insane, man. Hell, I might as well have been the 17th at this point.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to give out a shout out to Chris here. This is pretty awesome. I appreciate it, man. It's, we love what we do here on YouTube, and, it's awesome to have other fans here in the channel. And, be sure to check out our film studies. We do not just players for the Bucs, but pretty much players for all, the whole league. So that's why we really just love talking football. It's not just, the Buccaneers here on this channel. So yeah, really appreciate it. Glad you're joining us here tonight.
Chris, keep up the good choices in life, man. You'll go far.
That's what it's about. But yeah, Giants pick is in here.
They got to go offensive. They got to go offensive line. They got to.
I think so. I think you have a good chance at 7 to get your pass rusher if you want.
Right.
You know, obviously
Carolina's not going pass rusher.
Right.
It's
And I mean,
quarterback or tackle.
Yep, absolutely right. Yeah.
yeah. And you know, here, you know, as a Giants fan, you're probably a little disappointed that you couldn't get one of those top corners. I know they were trying to look at, you know, potentially moving James Bradbury, but I don't think that's going to be in play. They might just, you know, end up keeping him. So
Yeah, I don't understand why teams do that. Like,
Right.
the first thing that pops in my head is the Raiders when they traded Khalil Mack and then traded Amari Cooper, and then John Gruden after trading both players was like, yeah, we need an edge rusher now. We need a pass catcher. And I was like, dude, you just had 2 of them. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't understand why, you know, they do. And James Bradbury, dude, he's a good corner. He is a really underrated corner.
Why do they want to trade him? That's what I don't understand.
Apparently his cap hit. He's got like a 15-16 million cap hit, and I think like 13 million of it is base salary.
He's gonna get 18 on the market.
I don't know, man. A new regime too. New regime. So,
but is someone going to give a first or even a second for him? And that's the thing. I just don't think anyone is. And I think James is worthy of that kind of, you know, or at least, you know, a 2. I think it's worthy of his trade value. But I don't think anyone's going to do it. I mean, maybe you get next year's 2, but what does that do for you as the Giants?
Right.
Yeah, real quick. I gotta shout out Krillin here. He says, shout out my dog Goku. So yeah. Got to do that. Love Dragon Ball Z. I think that's one of the better shows out there.
Look at this kid,
Super Saiyan, man.
Yeah. So, Krillin, you're always awesome here in the chat. We appreciate you, man. But yeah, this is pretty awesome. This guy's pretty pumped, huh?
Oh, make a wish.
He'll go viral now, and then he'll be set the rest of his life. Watch.
Definitely.
Everybody will know him as the Giants kid in the suit.
This is great.
Love the honestly, based off how they're dressed, it looks like Roger Goodell's like private hype man or something.
Well, his suit's nice too.
Yeah, it's tailored. Nicer knee suit I've ever owned.
Same here.
I wear the suits that, you know, like make your shoulders look like, you know, you're like Batman in the 90s cartoons or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. Is this going to be Ike Ekwonu? Evan Neal?
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Wow. There we go.
Kayvon.
Okay. I like it.
I did not expect one tackle to come off the board.
I
expected at least one, excuse me, by at least this point.
They've got a pretty stout defensive front with him now. You've got Azeez Ojulari, who had a good year last year. You got Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
I think that's a great pick. You know, you add to your pass rush, and obviously that helps out your secondary.
He's the brand guy. It helps out his brand going to New York, baby.
Yeah.
Everyone won.
Yep.
And he's got the right attitude.
Look at that suit too.
I'm about to say he's got the right attitude to not let the New York media bog him down. You know, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I'm just shocked.
Yeah,
I thought they could have got him at 7.
And everybody's talking about how Icky was a sure thing, how Evan is the sure thing.
I thought Icky was my number 1 player in this class. So that's
wild, man.
Yeah.
I'm also biased. I got to watch him live at the NC State Clemson game this year when they upset them. That was before Clemson like fell off the rails. They were still ranked at the time.
He's a stud.
But like, I mean, he not one pressure, man. Like, and he's solidly built. Obviously the tape speaks for itself, but like watching him live was, I mean, he's the best offensive lineman I've seen in college live by far.
Yeah. I can't wait for the Panthers to take Kenny Pickett or Malik Willis with both tackles. They're
gonna buzzkill this entire night. But what if they do pick tackle? Like, I have mad respect on my end. I just don't think they have the balls to do it. But
it doesn't feel like that, does it? It feels like they're gonna rush this pick. It feels like they're gonna force this pick. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Great point here by G Vegas. He says edges and corners are going very fast, and that's what you need in today's NFL. And he's absolutely right. I think 100%. You know, those two positions are very important, especially on the defensive side, where you got to get after the quarterback in today's league, or you're in trouble, or you have to be able to stop the receivers, right?
Yep.
So yeah, it's very, very important. We've seen that, you know, as Bucs fans, you know, looking at this team, you know, they put a priority on corner, put a priority on secondary. You know, obviously pass rush has been something where they've kind of more manufactured or try to trade for, and find players that way.
Well, and I completely forgot this, but Wink
Mm.
Martindale is their DC, and he loves the pressure, and he, so that I completely whiffed on that. I forgot they hired because didn't he retire or something like
so.
what was there was something weird about him and the Ravens ending their relationship after this past season.
Yeah,
maybe I'm thinking of Dean Pease. Maybe that's who I'm thinking of, but.
Well, Wink, I mean, they went younger. They took the Michigan defensive
that's
coordinator
right.
because the Harbaugh relationship. So they went younger there, I guess, just new ideas, I'm guessing.
Yeah. And Chris, says here, sound advice for me, Evan. Laugh
the
out
one,
loud.
the one time I give sound advice. So yeah. Don't listen to me other than when I'm promoting Pless and Mark and Real Bucks Talk. Don't listen to me. Other outside of that, don't listen to me.
I think that's great advice right there as well. So very good job.
Yeah, I'm on a roll tonight, man. Call me Butter. I'm on a roll.
There you go.
Butter up, baby.
Yes.
Look at that flow on Kenny. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I had to seriously spend 20 minutes doing my hair because I knew I was coming on tonight, and like if I don't do it right in here, I look like racing stripes going down the side of my head. So I'm
gonna go for the Mel Kiper look.
Yeah, right.
Mel Kiper,
or even John, rest in peace, John Clayton in the Slayer commercial where he undoes his rat tail. Yeah, I'm jealous of these early 20-year-olds and their luscious heads of hair. That's for damn sure. When you've got to scrape and fight for every little follicle, it really puts things into perspective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Krillin says here, if the Panthers take Malik Willis, he could be a problem, down the road for the division. He's got a cannon. Obviously, a big fan of Malik Willis here.
Did you all see the? I think Ben Albright posted the what's the test called? The Wonderlic results. Mm-hmm. Malik doubled pretty much everyone in the quarterback room.
Nice.
He was in the 30s, I believe, 33, 34.
That's one thing.
Pickett was 17.
That's one thing I've heard about him is if you watch his tape, and it sucks for me this year because I didn't get to watch as much tape as I usually do. So, but I've read a ton of scouting reports. I went and watched some YouTube highlights, so on and so forth. But it's mostly been reading scouting reports and looking at base measurables for me.
Wait, you can't find Liberty football games, Evan?
I know, right? Go figure. I mean, come on. But that was the one thing a lot of people have been saying is that even though he's super mobile and super athletic. And I know y'all love my buzzwords and my jargon right there. I've heard that he goes through his progressions and he looks to throw before he relies on those traits, which is fantastic because how many times have we seen these really, really athletic quarterbacks that can move and they think that they can still do it at a high level in the NFL until the NFL slaps them in the face and they're just like, nope, ain't happening. So, I mean, it's nice to know that he's mind first before body. So that sounded really weird. Sorry. My body's telling me no. Or wait, my mind's telling me no. But my body.
That's great explanation.
Oh, it's going to be a fun, long night. Because Bucs probably aren't picking till 11:30.
I know, right?
Yeah, my co-host still hasn't even come on yet. Mark is
slacking, man.
He's trying to put the kids, I guess, to sleep.
He's a smart man.
Yeah,
dude. Trust me, putting the kids to sleep. Oh my God,
it's worth it.
You want to talk about a battle in the trenches, man? That's a freaking battle right there, dude. I would honestly probably rather go up against Aaron Donald at the guard position, than try to put my kid to sleep on most nights. Oh my God, dude. It's just you need sleep to live. You are 2 feet tall. You need to grow. Go to bed.
Mark and Evan, you're my birth control.
That's awesome. Yeah, Panthers, I think should go offensive tackle, but we will see, Chris. We don't know yet.
If they get Icky, keep it in state. I don't think they've drafted an NC State player, I think, ever in the first round. Or
I wouldn't know. That's a hell of a stat right there. I don't know. Actually, hold on, get on draft history real quick.
Will Brinson, if you all follow him at all, he's in the Raleigh area, North NC State guy. He does betting and all that kind of stuff. I think he works for CBS.
Yeah, he's CBS.
Yeah, CBS.
CBS. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, by the way, for those listening, drafthistory.com is like one of the best like sites where you can filter out all this stuff. So, real quickly, going through Carolinas, I'm already in 2017, and I'm not seeing anybody from NC State. So, I'm pretty sure.
If you all ever need to find anything, seriously, DM Evan. He will get you any site, any information you need. He's literally my stat checker.
Yeah, so I'm down to 2008, and we've got nothing. 2007, nothing. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume they've never taken a guy from NC State. Like Mario Williams and Manny Lawson are probably. No, Vernon Davis was Maryland. Those are probably the first two guys that come to mind when I think of NC State.
Bradley Chubb.
Yes, Bradley Chubb. That's right.
Again, I couldn't tell you North Carolina football history until I moved here, but I learned quick.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, let's see if Carolina picks a legend like Matty SOP says here. Legends will come to life, but we will see. We'll find out if they pick a dud or is this guy going to be good.
Okay, they did
and
it.
There
right.
it is.
Okay,
there it is. NC State, Ike Ekwonu.
I just can't believe they did it, but I'm so happy for them because that just tells you they did the right thing.
Yeah, well, and the best part about this is maybe it buys Matt Rule another year. Bucs fans gotta love that. So sign me up for Matt Rule, more Matt Rule. That's all.
And the best part, they didn't trade back and get a 2023 one.
Oh shit! I just see what G Vegas is asking. Hey, so G, it's by a Nashville brewery. It's called Fenario, and the brewery is called Jackalope. It's an IPA, and it's 7.2%. It is absolutely delicious. It's my favorite beer on the market. If you want me to, I'll message you the brewery and all that good stuff, and you can maybe order some and try some. Or if you're ever in Nashville, let's go grab a beer.
Right.
Plus, we'll tell you I'm not that bad in person, so I'm like semi-manageable whenever you meet in person and all that stuff. I don't bore you too much.
I still haven't met Evan in person, and that's sad.
Evan,
it's gonna happen one of these days, KP. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. It's fucking COVID, man. It would have happened.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of meeting both of you guys in person, and I'm short. Like you guys tower over me. I need to grow. I need to grow some inches there.
I'll send you some HGH.
It's okay. Apparently, I was the milkman's kid.
I mean, I'm 5'11". You guys are both like 6'5" or taller, so crazy.
Yeah, I'm 6'7".
Yeah.
What? You're 6'7"? Holy shit, man.
6'7". Yeah. Ken towered. I'm looking up.
God, I'm 6'3". That makes me feel small. Oh my God, man. That's wild.
That's what I was saying. If the Panthers, if they were looking for tackle, I was ready to go.
You're the next what's the dude out of North Dakota that I had him in my mock draft today. Can't remember, but he's like 6'7", 312. And it's just crazy how big the dude is. Like, it's absolutely insane.
Isn't this nuts? Like, the Giants had the chance to get Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal here with both of their picks. And
I think you have to pencil in Evan Neal here. You can just plug him in on the right side.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, maybe
they address their trenches, and I think they're good to go.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they go to Charles Cross, but I think Evan Neal makes too much sense.
Charles Cross would actually make a lot of sense too, though. I mean, he's that stud when it comes to pass protection. You just got to wonder. He's got the traits, obviously, but you just got to wonder, how quickly he'll pick up the run game. But yeah, I mean, he's got by far the most snaps and pass protection than any other tackle, and he was really, really good. So that would make a ton of sense.
And I thought if Evan Neal does come off the board, I don't think the Saints are willing to trade with Atlanta, or Atlanta's not willing to trade with them.
Oh yeah, no way.
But I think Seattle could think about left tackle.
Definitely.
With Okung probably leaving, retiring, not sure, but he definitely isn't going to be playing with the Seahawks next year. That could be interesting. No, I just don't want any of the big three on the Saints. That's just all I care about right
now. Well, yeah, make it as hard as possible for them. I'm down for that.
Well, we discussed it last night, Ken. I mean, Seattle's going to go Jordan Davis.
That's the thing. Seattle and Atlanta, literally, I think they're the. If Jordan Davis doesn't go there, I think he's going to start tumbling. Like, look at it. I mean, I don't think that the Texans are going to do it. Maybe the Vikings, but Ravens, no. I don't think. Eagles have Hargrave. I don't think the Saints do it. Chargers, maybe. But like, I mean, maybe not till the Patriots at 21. I think is his next slam dunk.
Chargers make a ton of sense in my opinion. And yeah, you're right about the Ravens. Like a lot of people have him going to the Ravens, but they still got Michael Pierce in the middle. And they got Derek Wolfe and Calais Campbell. Yeah,
stopping the run ain't a problem for the Ravens.
Right, exactly. right. And a lot of people are freaking out over Jordan Davis's testing, which they should. Don't get me wrong, was just immaculate. But he didn't play a lot of snaps. I mean, he didn't even play. He barely played over 1,000 during his career or something like that. His entire career, and he just doesn't show that much pass rush ability. But like we've been saying all night, if the traits are there and you can coach them up, that makes sense. But obviously the tape tells a lot too.
Yeah. Speaking of tape, we did a film study on Jordan Davis today. So that's on our YouTube channel. So be sure, to check that out and, see what you guys think of him. But yeah, Jordan's a massive human being, a unicorn of a athlete.
There it goes.
Yeah. Evan Neal here with the 7th overall pick. And man,
that made too much sense.
Yeah. That is quite the duo.
I think this is where the draft gets fun, baby.
Yep. And I mean, just think about what we've seen outside of Jacksonville, it's the Jacksonville. The Lions, the Texans, the Jets, the Giants, the Panthers.
Everyone made the right pick.
They're making good picks. I mean, are we seeing maybe some lights coming on? So on. Is this beginner's luck with these new regimes?
And that's the thing. What do we hear about this draft was it could literally just go crazy. I mean, with the exception of Trayvon Walker, I mean, I think everyone's been sound and addressing their needs. You could have nitpicked, Stingley versus Sauce at 3 or whatever, but like at the end of the day, I think the Texans were a good spot for a cornerback, and so were the Jets. So I think this is going great.
By the way, shout out to Krillin real quick. Sorry, he said Evan drinks ginger beer. Duh, that's awesome.
Of course.
But you should have reversed it and said Evan drinks his own beer piss because ginger. That would have been better, Krillin. But don't worry, we're always improving. We're always getting 1% each day. I mean, we're getting better.
Absolutely.
To quote the great Bush Jones.
That's what it's all about, progress and getting better. You got to improve daily.
I'm only taking it day by day. I'm not worried about the future. I can only control what I can control. And if I had a crystal ball, I'd look into it, but I don't. I gave you like 5 cliches in a span of 10 seconds.
Hey, this podcast is all about cliches. So
don't tie yourself. No, we're not going to say that. That is not true at all. Folks, don't listen to Pless. He's being humble. Don't listen to him.
They grinded that tape this offseason. That's all I'm going to say.
Whoa, look at this Giants fan. Oh, is that Fabio, but on like crack? What was that?
Oh, my goodness. That's awesome.
Reminds me of the scene with LT and the water boy. Kids, don't do drugs.
Yo, LT made some nice cameos in movies.
Yeah, that's what all
Little Giants. I'm trying to think of what
through
else.
his entire Hall of Fame career, I'll always remember him as LT from the water boy. He was only a revolutionary player that completely changed the game, but water boy was by far his best moment.
Yeah. Waterboy
is also in Any Given Sunday.
That's right.
Believe it or not, and I know I've talked with y'all about this before. I can't get, as much as I love sports, I can't get
you and me both,
movies.
Evan.
But I can't do it. I just can't. It just feels so fabricated, and like you just know how everything's gonna happen. But anyways, Any Given Sunday is like the last real sports movie I saw, and that's like 30 years ago up until this point, which makes me feel old as hell. But yeah, I mean, like Any Given Sunday is great. I love it. Man. Awesome. Yeah. And LT was great in it too.
Do you guys remember All Sports, Gatorade's former rival? They were all over in that. You guys never had All Sport?
I remember
Gatorade, but more sugar.
I remember that. Yeah.
I remember Powerade. Oh wait, no, I remember All Sport now. Yeah, I totally remember that. Yeah, I totally.
Whenever I think of that movie, that's just the first thing I think of. because you don't see it anymore. It's like
Mhm.
mellow yellows or like, it's just those brands that you just don't see.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Steaming, beaming.
well, hey guys, I got my bosses asking me questions about content and all that good stuff, so I got to hop off.
All right. No problem.
Get
man.
it, man.
Yeah, it's been a blast, and we'll see what happens at 27. So real quick before I hop off, what do y'all think is going to happen?
Devontae White trade down.
Yeah, I'm the same boat. I want Devontae White or move back.
So just putting it out there now. I said it in my mock draft while I have no inside knowledge whatsoever. I'm telling y'all, Packers are going to trade up. They're going to jump the Bucs. They're going to take Logan Hall, which is going to put the Bucs in a quandary. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they take Scene. Maybe Wyatt's there. They take him.
As long as they don't take receiver, it works for me.
Right. Same here. But yeah, watch out for the Packers. I think they're going to make a move up in this draft.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, Evan, it was awesome having you on again. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry we had the interruption there, but we made it work. Yeah, we made it work, and a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. So that's always important.
Adapt or die, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
Adapt or die.
Absolutely, man. Have a great night. Enjoy the draft.
Thanks for having me, Plus. See you,
Yeah,
KB.
no problem.
See ya, Evan. Oh man, who do you think the Falcons are going after? Plus,
I think you're right. I think this is going to be very interesting to see, how this shapes out from here. I think you're going to.
It's Malik.
Is it going to be Malik?
It's according to Twitter right now. It's Malik.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. First quarterback off the board. In this situation, it kind of makes sense. I mean, they're a team that's not going to compete right away, and you get, Drake London.
What?
I'm seeing Drake London here, USC receiver. Okay. That makes more sense, to be honest.
That's why I was.
Yeah. They need a receiver badly, and he makes a lot of sense because he's a guy that can.
Oh, a fake Adam Schefter account got people. Because I had like 5 people on my timeline saying I was searching for it, but I couldn't find it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Drake London. That's official.
Yep. So some good receiver size there added to the NFC South, and looking at the
Mike
Panthers
Evans wannabe.
Yeah, Panthers and the Falcons now. Getting some pretty good prospects. Offensive tackle for Carolina, and another guy that gets to stay home. Ike Ekwonu staying home in Carolina. That's pretty nice. And now the Falcons get a very solid receiver, especially a guy that can do multiple things and could help out a Marcus Mariota or, whoever that future quarterback's going to be.
And what does the NFC South have? I mean, pretty much every team's got solid corners. So, I mean, you got a jump ball guy, a guy who can win with size. I mean, that goes a long way. I mean, Marcus Mariota is his quarterback, but I think 2 years from now, that's going to be a different story. So, I mean, it's a good long-term move. I mean, what the Bucs got Mike Evans before Jameis Winston. So, I mean, he could still put in the work, and I think ESPN just comped him to Vincent Jackson. Like, that's not a bad comp. But I think the best story about all of this is the rapper Drake put on like $100,000 bet for $300,000 for Drake London to be the first receiver off the board, and he cashed in.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. I wonder if
Drake to Drake. I only know because Trevor Sikkema tweeted it out.
Oh, okay. I wonder if they've spoken to each other. I wonder if
they have to. I mean, Drake's just that cool guy,
right? Yeah, that's funny. Let's look at the chat here. Obviously, a lot of good comments. Krillin should have taken Garrett Wilson. I'm a big fan of Garrett Wilson. I think he's
the next receiver off the board.
Right.
It was going to be London and Wilson. I like Wilson personally, but I mean, enough people like the size and the potential of London, so it makes sense.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like Garrett Wilson. I just think he's pretty much, I mean, everything you want from a receiver. I think he still has that, that great speed. He can go downfield, make plays, body control, good route running. And then you look at, Chris Olave, who is his teammate, really smooth route runner, like just smooth, like knows how to get open. And Jamison Williams. Yeah, Jamison Williams, obviously the ACL. If he didn't have the ACL, I think he probably most likely top
speed wins.
Top receiver taken. So, and he still could be a top 10 pick here, with New York Jets. And look who it is. We finally got the man of the hour. Let me wait till he gets ready here. Put on those old headphones he's got. But welcome to the show, my co-host Mark Ramirez. Mark,
There he is.
how are we doing? How are the kids? Are we good to go as far as sleep?
Well, a whole
Yeah.
lot of crap happened. Let's put it that way. Baby boy's asleep. Little girl's going out for, I guess, a midnight snack.
Okay.
The wife and the pod shed was getting fixed. Let's put it that way.
All right. Very good. Very good. Very good. Well, welcome. I mean,
Yeah, man.
obviously,
A whole
yeah,
lot.
yeah. I mean, I'm glad you weren't here for the interruption of our show earlier. I mean, we went
Nothing
13
happened, Mark. I promise. Nothing.
13 minutes, and the show just went completely off air, and we lost some viewers, but I think they're coming back in. We have a great chat going so far.
Nice.
So yeah, it's been pretty good. And what do you think of the draft so far? I think a lot of expected picks, a lot of edge and offensive linemen. I think it's a good draft so far. Obviously 2 corners as well.
So, I mean, I haven't seen jack squat. I know that Ron Walker.
All right, I got it for you. So no trades yet. So you got Trayvon Walker 1 to the Jaguars, Aiden Hutchinson 2 to the Lions, Derek Stingley 3 to the Texans, Sauce to the Jets,
Wow.
Kayvon Thibodeau Giants, Icky to the Panthers, Evan Neal Giants, Drake London Falcons.
Jesus. He was the first playmaker off the board.
Yep, and we mentioned earlier, Drake, the rapper, put $100K on Drake London being the first wide receiver for a $300K payout.
What a bastard.
The Kenny Bear Foundation is open for business, Drake, if you're out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
Yep.
Either way, offensive lineman galore.
Mhm.
Cornerback, O-line. Are we going to double up again?
Edge.
Yep.
We're going to double up again, Garrett?
I don't know. I think Seattle to me was the first team that I thought could trade out. Then I think 13 with the Texans is the next one. But
Yeah.
I mean, this clock's got as down as it goes. Oh, Superman.
It's not Cam Newton, I can promise you that. Maybe I need to change the color on this.
That's pretty funny. G Vegas. Oh, there we go. There's some red.
Oh,
Yeah. Mark's got the fancy lights
raining
here.
blood in there.
Yeah.
Red rum. Let's see. So let me get this live on here. Hopefully,
The pick is in. They didn't trade.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
I did elbow the button, so yeah, it's my fault.
What did you do?
I guess I touched something and then the show went completely off, and it was chaos for a little bit. Exactly.
And then one thing for the Drake London pick, just to throw out there, I think it's a great matchup for Carlton Davis.
Yeah,
I think he excels with bigger receivers, so I think it's okay for the Bucs.
Right, fits him well. Yep. Yeah, definitely. If it was like a Jamison Williams, that'd be a little bit more trouble.
It's the burners. Yeah, that's Carlton's trouble is the burners.
Yeah, guys that are quick in and out of their routes and do a lot of good things that way.
Damn, that's too blue now.
Mark working in a red light district.
I was like, I thought I was going to kill someone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but hopefully we get some pass rushers, right? So we don't have to rely on Carlton Davis covering 40 yards down the damn field. So hopefully.
Yeah, Seattle's pick is in. I'm under the impression this is going to be Jordan Davis, but we will see.
Yeah, last night, Mark, that was our prediction was Jordan Davis was going to go at 9.
Yeah.
Because it's just the ultimate Seattle thing, because what do? They want to stop the run and they want to run.
Yeah.
So teams pass 30 times on him. It's like, oh, I thought they were going to run. So Jordan Davis, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
They don't know what the line is.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully they take Charles Cross here. I mean, he's the best.
I want the big 3 off the board.
Yeah, he's the best offensive tackle here left, but I could see pass rusher as well. I think Jermaine Johnson could make a lot of sense. I don't know if
no receiver, which is great.
Right.
Which is great.
Well, I want the receivers to dominate 10 to 20.
Could they go quarterback? Could they go Malik Willis here?
If they did, then again, like you said,
yeah,
the most unpredictable pick usually.
Right.
It's crazy.
I mean,
I'm honestly surprised that they picked, because last night when Plus and I were on with Gene, I literally went down their picks. I mean, in the past 12 years, they've maybe made 4 or 5.
Charles
and
Cross
they all
here.
sucked.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Saints.
Damn time. I'll be honest about that.
Yeah, that's a good pick for them. It made too much sense to go offensive line there. So I'm glad they did it.
I guess
In
if you-
Drew Lock we trust, baby.
that suit.
Yeah,
That suit is nice.
it is a nice suit.
With the bling.
Yep, simple and effective.
The shoes, I gotta axe the shoes. The shoes don't work for me.
Right?
Yeah.
Wait, who's this? We're getting his mom. I was about to say we got another pick going on.
Mhm.
That's a long walkout.
Yeah. He's got the Mac Jones strut going.
Mhm.
Damn, I'm gonna get out of breath before I get to the podium. Gee, I mean, so about damn time, but when Russell Wilson leaves, they get O-line help, which is hilarious. I mean, like you said, let them continue to run and hopefully find a way to stop the run. That's And do you think Katie Metcalf gets traded? Or DK Metcalf gets traded?
Maybe not this year, but I mean, I think it's on the horizon.
Have you guys talked about that on your show? Like the madness of all these receivers getting traded?
Well, and that's the thing is, like, with Debo especially, like, you can't tell me Debo's worth more than what Adams and Hill went for. But, like, I guess that's the going rate for any receiver these days. So that to me is just like, if you can get the opportunity, and these receivers might not be, the Mike Evans OBJ class. Like, these are some solid guys though. Like, not with that modern NFL, I mean, the schemes can get most guys open. So I mean, you don't need all the craziness, but they became the new quarterback. That's just how it is, Mark. Like, they have just as much power now.
Yes and no. I mean, they still have to get the ball thrown to them. I mean, at the end of the day, they can get double covered.
Tyreek Hill chose Tua Tagovailoa over Patrick Mahomes, though.
But that's just me.
It's money.
Me thinking, money thinking. Same thing with Aaron Rodgers just did to the Packers. He shit on everyone, and guess what? Your me thinking just ruined your whole team and chances of probably going to get a championship near the end.
He was going to be in the Hall of Fame, but this is legacy. You're going to be the guy. I mean, let's just assume hypothetically he doesn't win another Super Bowl. I mean, him and Drew Brees, if you thought their entire career between them, they'd only combine for 2, like, that's just insane.
It just makes it even more funny that Tom Brady just keeps taking pay cuts and they just can't figure out why the hell can't they win.
$19 million is what Tom Brady cost this year.
As opposed to $45 million for guys like what? Dak Prescott. What did Derek Carr get?
Derek Carr got 40 a year, but I don't know how much guaranteed was with that, but it was average if he hits everything 40.
Blows my damn mind. Come on now. But pick is in for the Jets.
Fuqua, man, what's up? How are you doing? That's awesome. Appreciate the $10 super chat. Much appreciated.
Taking oh god.
Who you got taking the NBA?
The Warriors are fun.
No idea.
But
The Heat look badass. I want the Heat to win.
the Celtics defense, the Celtics and Heat, both of their defenses can literally just stop anyone.
Yeah. It's probably the Celtics have more firepower, I would assume.
Yeah, I can't answer this question. I haven't watched NBA, so
That I've only watched it because I could, like, the Celtics are like the only team you can watch at like 8:00 at night.
right.
Every other team is playing at 10:30, 11, and my ass ain't staying up that late.
That did crack me up. The Nets are out. Kyrie Irving.
Straight
Right.
set.
That's ouch.
Yep. So we got the Jets here at 10. Their pick is looks like it's in. I think it's Jamison Williams, or is it going to be Jermaine Johnson, the edge rusher?
Those are my big 2. That's the only thing it can be. Garrett Wilson, according to Peter Report.
Okay.
That's a good pick. Good pick.
I like Garrett Wilson. I think he makes a lot of sense. He's just a good receiver, solid.
Team him with
Yeah,
the
it's
guy.
confirmed. It's confirmed. Jets, Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
What was
Yeah, I
his
think
team last year? I had him on a fantasy team. The guy from Ole Miss. He's another shifty, fast guy.
Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
Is he
Apparently, the 49ers, if they were to trade Debo, Elijah Moore had to be in that package, from what I read.
Hmm.
I mean, is this it? Is this what you double up? You still get your guy and you trade Elijah Moore,
Could. Yeah, very well could.
Debo, and I mean Garrett Wilson. Honestly, I mean Drake Jackson has his size. Everyone gives a Mike Evans comparison, but this dude does everything. He's got the speed, route running. Look at the damn outfit too. Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this guy can do it all. He just doesn't have the size, like the 6'4" size that Mike Evans has.
Yeah, I mean, he was a really fun film study when me and Mark did that video. It was just easy to see just how good he was, very smooth. And we got another guest in here.
Holding up, hell yeah!
Yep. Let's welcome Billy Marshall here. He's a co-host for the Roar on Blue Wire Pods.
What's going on, Mike?
Hey, how are you doing? Welcome to Real Bucs Talk. My co-host Mark Ramirez and also Ken Barrett from Buck What You Heard. But what's your thoughts on this draft so far? How do you think it's going?
Yeah, I mean, a little surprised 2 corners went after the 2 edge rushers. I thought New York was going to go in a different direction, the Jets at least. But outside of that, and then the Giants taking Thibodeau, and then Carolina and the Giants again taking offensive tackles. Seems to be pretty chalky so far, and I just saw the Jets pick Garrett Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't really think there's been anything too crazy. I mean, maybe Thibodeau to the Giants. I wasn't expecting that, but
Right.
everything else seems pretty on point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, go
Waiting
ahead,
for the
Mark.
fireworks. I'm waiting for trades. I'm waiting for that moment. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see.
I told you, I thought Seattle was the first chance of the trade, but I think Houston is the first trade.
Houston.
Yeah.
When are they back up again?
They're almost
13.
on the clock.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, Washington could be an outlier. I mean, do they go with
I
it?
think Kyle
Oh,
Hamilton.
Oh, they just traded a pick.
Yeah,
they did?
There it is, right as we're
Yeah.
talking about it.
To the Saints.
Shit!
Yeah.
I think they're coming up for. They might be wide receiver here.
Who traded for it?
Saints.
Saints.
Fuck.
If they go stupid,
It's
and get Willis,
Jamison.
I'm gonna laugh. If they get,
Oh no!
It's Olave
I
or
mean,
Jamison.
shit. If they're gonna trade for the way that they did and trade up, and it's not for a quarterback, that's just a bad use of.
I mean, it's the Saints. They traded up for Marcus Davenport when everyone thought they were getting Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Imagine if they did have Lamar though. That would have been. I mean, I'm happy we didn't have to face
mean,
it from a Bucs standpoint. But
I like Davenport, but yeah, I would not have traded up for him.
they have Davenport and Peyton Turner.
Nikes.
Yeah.
Their defense is looking pretty good. It's
Mhm.
got to be an offensive player.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's going to be Olave.
Mhm.
There's no way they take a quarterback here, and they can take a quarterback at 19 if they wanted to.
Right.
See, if London was here, I think they would have gone London.
I don't. Why would you trade all the way up for Olave though?
I mean, it's going to be Olave or Williams. I don't know which one, but I just think Olave fits
Mhm.
better with them.
Yeah.
And Nick Underhill, who he's a Saints beat writer. I follow him and his
Mhm.
website. He's been linking Olave to the Saints for a while, so that's kind of just how I.
Oh, from 16 to 11. Is that what they did?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't that bad. I thought they were jumped up a lot.
Yeah, it's probably like they probably get like a 3rd round pick.
Mhm. Yeah.
I
Another
don't think
top 100 pick.
Saints fans are calling for Jamison.
Jamison.
It's hilarious.
Not for long.
Right.
Wink,
It's going to
wink.
be hilarious. He's going to overthrow him. He's going to miss him wide open, and then crap's going to hit the fan.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get blamed.
So, Billy, while we have you on here, just talk a little bit more about, your work and stuff. You obviously do a great job with, college film breakdown. We're always talking about, college prospects and looking at.
Nah, man, you too. I've been enjoying your videos the past few years.
I
don't know when
appreciate it.
I've been following you for a while, but I don't know when you started getting into the draft world. But It's been cool to see your work up there. But yeah, no, obviously I do a podcast, Carolina Panthers podcast with my co-host John Ellis over at Blue Wire. So that's kind of primarily where I am. A lot of my analysis is on there, whatever it's draft analysis or discussing the incompetence of the Carolina Panthers. But yeah, it's it's been interesting so far because a lot of the fear among the fans was that they were going to take a quarterback. But it seems like I've been listening to Jay Glazer, the radio broadcast. He said that the owner and the head coach had to be talked out of a quarterback by the front office. So that's not
Saints
settling.
compensation update: 16, a third, and a fourth to move up to 11.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty good value. I mean, there's not much. This draft is weak, so you can probably get a discount on moving up.
Right. Yeah, I mean, do you like the Icky Ekwonu?
Yeah, Ekwonu is really good. I had Evan Neal as my top rated offensive tackle, but Ekwonu, I mean, the separation between the two really wasn't too much to get upset about. I really like Icky.
Yeah,
he's from Carolina. He's from Charlotte. So he kind of stays home.
Yeah,
I didn't know Icky was from Charlotte. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's from Charlotte. Obviously, went to NC State. I mean,
I'm in Raleigh, so I've just paid a lot more attention to Icky since I've been here.
Yeah, no, he was really fun to watch last year. I was surprised. I thought maybe he even go as high as number 1. I thought maybe Jacksonville would take him, and I'm surprised.
Mike Thomas is calling for Chris Olave.
Ohio State.
No, they it would be funny if they didn't take him. The pick at the end, finally.
Yeah, I like how they trade. You would
And
think
then
you
take
already know
forever.
how you're taking. You go, thank God we got the pick. Now let's wait 10 more minutes to make the pick.
And it's all for freaking ads, man.
Yeah.
Could they go Kyle Hamilton here?
No, it's Olave.
It's Olave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta be offense.
Wait,
Yeah.
it's value for safety. You can't do the way that they did it. The trade up first and then this trade up.
Yeah.
Look at all of them in the war room. They're all wearing red. Oh, with the Pelicans, I forget. Sorry, I thought it was an Ohio State thing.
Yeah. I mean, Olave makes sense. I think he's a good fit for what they do offensively. Very smooth route runner.
I just can't believe Jamison's the last wide receiver out of the big 4.
Right.
Yeah,
the injury,
crazy.
bro. I mean,
Yep.
But still, I mean, speed and take away the injury. I mean, his ceiling was to me the highest.
true. I mean, I agree that speed, you can't teach that. I mean, he's electric with the ball in his hands. I think Drake London just makes more sense for the NFL game. I mean, the comparison with Mike Evans is kind of real. So he just jump ball. He's got you more than 50% of the time. So I can see his game translating better.
Canal Street Chronicles, it is Olave.
Yeah, and Saints draft a lot of Ohio State players too.
I'm perfectly
I don't know
fine
what
with
it
it.
is.
As a Buck fan, I'm 100% fine with it.
Nick Underhill confirmed it too. It's Chris Olave.
Yeah.
And
I
for
mean, they got,
trading all
Mike
that
Thomas.
up, okay?
They drafted the guy from
It wasn't Lattimore, Ohio State too.
yeah, Lattimore. They drafted. Remember, Von Bell was Ohio State.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pete
I wanted
Werner.
him instead of a kicker.
I wonder how Sean Payton.
Oh wow! Big trade just happened up.
Another one?
For Minnesota?
Yeah, someone just Lions are on the clock.
Oh wow.
Yeah, big trade.
From 32.
Fuck.
That has
They
to
get-
be quarterback then, right?
They're going for quarterback then. Most
I
likely.
mean-
Over Houston.
That's so weird. I don't know why you need to do that.
This is the magic. Here we go. Here we go. I like
this
it.
is good. This is maybe they get a receiver. I don't know. Like
3 in a row.
Could go Kyle Hamilton. But again, why would you trade for a safety up that go
Well,
up that
that much.
right?
This is it. This
It has
is
to it has to be
NFL.
it has to be a quarterback.
You think, right?
yeah. I mean,
12 or 4.
this is going
17
to cost
spots, yeah.
quite a bit. I feel like multiple second rounders.
Is this Minnesota
Well,
who
they
traded
had-
back?
No,
Yeah,
Minnesota
the
traded
Vikings
back.
traded back.
Okay.
But the Lions have 32 and 34. So I imagine one of them's definitely gone.
Right.
Probably,
Or both.
definitely next year's 2. I don't know if it's going to be this year's 3 or how they'd work that out. Is what
I
I'd
don't know.
guess.
I
on
don't
the
like
comp.
when I just don't like when rebuilding teams. I mean, if it's a quarterback, more credit to them. I
It
guess.
has to be a quarterback, though.
If it's not, then I hate this even more.
It was Scott Hamilton. What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's funny.
Malik Madness.
Yep.
I mean, everyone sees the traits. I mean, but then again, hey, picking a quarterback first round is not the best thing.
I
thing
guess,
in the world.
yeah.
I guess if he's behind golf, let him learn.
Well, the thing is like the quarterbacks haven't even been going, and I'm not sure who was going to take one.
Right.
So I don't know why you need to execute this type of trade up. I feel like you'd be a little more patient, but
Yeah, I think, I could understand if they were like just jumping in front of maybe Pittsburgh, and try to get ahead of that team.
Ben Solak, per source, the Lions are traded up to 12 for Jamison Williams.
oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay. I mean, if you're doing that, okay.
Wide
I mean,
receivers in a row. There we go.
yeah.
I mean,
still, that's a-
Ben Solak isn't. He's
Wow.
not. He doesn't work for the Lions, but
Yeah.
I mean, Draft Network, and I think he's with the Ringer now. I mean,
That quite possibly. Wow.
they comp update. They sent 32, 34, and 66 for 12 and 46.
Well, that's not that bad.
Yeah,
The Lions gonna
getting 46 back to me was not.
Yeah.
That made that a lot easier. To
Okay.
swallow.
I don't know, man. That seems kind of cheap, though.
Yeah.
But see, the Vikings are all about quantity here. Like every year, it seems like they
agree.
come out with 12 picks.
I mean, essentially, what the Lions just did was give them 66 for like a huge trade up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
give up-
obviously they swapped 12 spots in the second round, but they still get that second round pick. And all right.
Yeah. All this to do, draft a receiver just seems. But you have teams coming up here.
But it's the tier. It's the last part of that tier 1 of receivers.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. And you got teams coming up that want a receiver. Houston could easily take a receiver. Philadelphia, Chargers. They definitely.
Yeah,
want
Eagles.
receivers.
I think for sure that's a good call.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought the Eagles were going to get Jamison Williams just based off of that injury. He would fall because of that, but never mind. I guess that's where they.
And that's the
jumped
weird
up.
thing. It's like I saw a report last week that he's going to be on the PUP list, so he's not going to be activated until like October. And for a team like the Lions, it's like Jared Goff doesn't really have a big arm anyway.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how he works out.
Yeah, great point here by G Vegas. He's like divisional trade as well, so that makes it even more a little strange on that part.
Happened last year, Giants and
right, yeah,
or the Cowboys and Eagles. They both got good players out of it, Parsons and Devontae.
Yeah, that sits to Ken Barrett's point there too. And we said wide receivers are second to QBs based on top market contracts. I mean, they're proving it right now with just speed.
Yeah, definitely.
Top heavy wide receivers. Every draft has really good receivers.
I did not think all 4 would be off by 12, though.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 4 in the top 15, and now you have potential for more receivers, and obviously Treylon Burks and maybe some other guys. Dotson, could be
Dotson.
Yep. Maybe we see a Sky Moore, get into this first round. George Pickens.
Wow, that would be something.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you guys hoping Tampa ends up with? Georgia safety?
Devontae. Yeah, Devontae Wyatt would be ideal.
Really? Okay.
An outside shot.
I just don't think we should.
Another edge rusher.
Yeah, edge rusher too. I don't think we should value safety in the first round. Again, I feel that the safety position, that's a thing you can get later on, second, third, fourth round. I think you can find guys that can do, what Todd Bowles wants to do in that scheme. Jordan Whitehead was a 4th round pick. And if that's essentially what you're looking for, then, you can find something else.
Eagles just traded up.
No.
Are you kidding me?
3-star.
Please be another wide receiver. Please.
And that's what the Bucs.
I'm not even
need.
sure which
Quarterbacks and
receiver they would
receivers that
take.
come off the board.
Burks? Does that make sense? Let me see.
I mean, Dotson, Burks, to me, those are the next two for me. I don't think you can trade up for Sky Moore.
I
This
don't
is
know, man.
hilarious.
That's a
Christian Watson,
pretty
if you're
big
really
risk.
into, if that's your cup
Don't
of
need
tea.
it.
That
Don't-
would be. Oh my gosh.
No, but I'm saying
There's
like
no
I mean
need to trade up.
but he has physical traits of. I'm just giving. What
No,
the
I
hell could
agree.
possibly
I'm
be
with
happening?
you.
I don't agree with it.
I don't know what the Eagles are doing right now. That's what makes it so fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is the drama I wanted. This is like literally right after we talked about it. Look at this. 3 wide receivers in a row, 2 trade. This is 2 or 3 trades in a row now.
This would be the third.
3rd trade in a
Oh,
row.
I missed it. Is there another trade? Eagles traded?
Trade with
Yeah.
the Houston
Texans,
Texans.
yeah.
Oh, okay. To
What
move up
in the literal hell?
to move up 2 spots. Okay.
Or are they doing that, dare I say, to try and get Jordan Davis to jump Baltimore? Because they're doing that millennial thing to get Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
It has to be Jordan Davis or Jermaine Johnson, and it's interesting. Jermaine Johnson's, fallen here a
He's
little
still on the
bit.
board.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jermaine Johnson, I think, goes to Baltimore then if he's available.
Yeah. Oh, but they just keep getting edge rushers. I mean,
Right.
this is fun. I like this. I like
Now it's getting fun. I agree. I
Right?
guess I have to come on and
I just didn't
Spice it
expect
up.
this many trades. I
real.
thought maybe the 20s would have a bunch of trades. I did not think the teens.
I missed
would.
literally nothing. I came
We didn't
in
even
at
make the teens.
came in at the perfect time. This is good. This is golden.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely picking up steam here as we're getting into,
The Eagles are trading 15, 124, and 162 and 166. So that looks like a 1-4
in a 6
4
maybe.
4 5, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's 15, a 4, and then 2 5s
Mhm.
to move up 2 spots.
Yeah, Jamison Williams and Aiden Hutchinson. I think that's a pretty good win for Detroit. I think that's 2 very good prospects. Jamison obviously gives Detroit a very good receiver to go with. His name's slipping me. The guy they had last year that was really good. The rookie. I can't remember his name.
Amon Ross St. Brown.
There you go. Yes, from USC. He did a great job. So now you pair him up with Jamison, who can complement him.
Jared Goff, though, that's the only thing.
Yeah, that's the problem, man. That guy is
Right.
I mean, the good news is they played 9 games indoors, so
Well, and the good news
a lot of
is
weapons.
their division. I mean, the Lions, if they could pull off 8 games, I mean, their division is pretty weak. I mean, other
yeah,
than
the Bear. I
fact-
don't know what the Bears are doing. They just seem to.
Well, the Bears aren't picking for another 50 picks.
You don't
They
have a
trade-
first pick, yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what they're doing.
They're just rewiring everything. I don't think they even know what the hell they're doing.
Mhm. Yeah, poor Justin Fields. Let's see.
Well,
Yeah.
imagine. I mean, no offense to Kyle Pitts, but imagine if the Falcons did that last year. Okay, Fields, London, like you feel good now. Maybe Ridley stays. Like you're cooking with gas, but I mean, you don't have quarterback filled out. So
Right. Yeah.
Okay, the Eagles pick. Shouldn't be surprised, I guess.
who is it?
Jordan Davis.
Yep,
Yeah.
there it is. Called it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No fucking way. Plus, this is good for us because what did we say for Wyatt? The Eagles were going to be that fit that we were
Right.
worried about.
Right.
I know because like Baltimore was like pinned as getting Jordan Davis for how long?
But I didn't understand that though.
Mhm.
Why he just fits that big clog in the middle?
To me, it's Tyler Lindenbaum for the Ravens. That's my guy. I've been mocking that one all off season.
Dude, they've been linked to some very interesting offensive tackles too.
Mhm. Trevor Penny.
Yeah, if they take him, I mean, that's a good spot for him because I'm not a fan of his, but like playing in a run-heavy offense, it's
Right. Makes sense.
makes a lot of sense.
Wait, this just hit me. The Lions Vikings trade was in division,
Mhm.
and it was that much of a fleece.
This dude's just unreal with speed. Gosh,
Yeah, really good.
it's almost like Jamar Chase. Like there's a little bit of space, then he just outbreaks everything, and you're like, what the hell? How did he get that angle?
Yeah. Again, another fun film study of Jamison Williams. Again, that's up on our YouTube channel. Be sure to check that out. That just dropped yesterday, and yeah, ton of speed. I was watching the film and I was like, Mark, why is he so fast? He just keeps running away, you know.
And he's 179 pounds, but still he runs
Physical, like he's not afraid of contact, and yeah, just really good.
Pick is in.
Will we have another trade? No, I'm just kidding.
No. You never know. Houston needs all the help they can get. They should trade.
Right.
Well, Baltimore's on.
Yeah, Jordan Davis here. I mean, I don't see the value in taking a guy this high, but again, that kind of athletic traits and his, unicorn type, I guess, profile and upside, maybe. You could.
Cox is almost out, right?
Yeah.
They cut him, then re-signed him cheaper. So like, he's near the end of his career. Maybe they're just trying to give him a running mate and someone to take over eventually.
Yeah, and I can understand it because like he is, he's going to draw attention no matter what. Whenever he's on the field, he's going to, draw people towards him. It's kind of like, how the Bucs have, Vita Vea. Vita is a little bit more polished and a little bit better as far as getting after the quarterback, but the potential is there for Jordan as far as just super athletic traits.
Well, having Fletcher next to him and Javon Hargrave,
yeah, that's really nice.
Good luck running on the Eagles.
Yeah,
they're not going to have good linebackers, but that's the thing. They don't want linebackers. They just want beefy boys up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why they don't want linebackers.
Well, I understand not wanting linebackers early, but like you can get people. Even round 3.
Yeah, even day 2, you can get a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Some good ones in this class. I like Quay Walker.
The last game they played, Tom Brady just diced them all up in the secondary. I mean, all they do is play back. You need
that's
and they lack talent in the secondary too outside of Slay.
That's why I'm like, you just got a guy that doesn't give you pass rush. He just stops the run. This is a passing league. I don't understand that one. I don't know. And you trade up for it. Maybe they think they can turn him into a pass rusher and a guy that can get after the pass rusher or passer. I don't know. I don't like the pick, but hey, let's see. The Marvin Leal.
Yeah, good question here from G Vegas. He's asking about Olave versus our Bucs corners. How do you guys think that would match up?
Works across Mike Thomas.
Well, I think all you guys said it. Like, Carlton Davis doesn't like speed. The thing is, I mean, you can help a cornerback out if you get some pass rushers in there just to eliminate the amount of time the quarterback has to throw. So if we get some help in that fashion, then it doesn't look as bad. But still, like, speed hurts everyone. That's why you draft it high.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Kyle Hamilton to. Oh, my monitor just went out. Kyle Hamilton to the Ravens.
Okay. Oh, really?
Don't confirm that. Someone fooled a bunch of people on a fake Adam Schefter earlier for Malik to the Falcons. So don't trust what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I'm following like a few of the leaking accounts.
I've been following like Albert Breer is the one who's been on top of a couple.
Yeah, Albert Breer and Connor Hughes, Aaron Wilson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aaron Wilson's always top notch.
Honestly, like the draft as itself is like not a television like event for me anymore. Like,
that's what I hate. It's Twitter now. Twitter happens 5 minutes before the pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Elon Musk, what a purchase,
bro.
Maybe he won't suspend accounts now who post like copyrighted college film.
Copyrighted college film.
I mean, Mike, you remember like last summer, it was like a bunch of accounts got suspended because they posted like all 22 of different films. So I'll probably delete all my films like in a week or two just so I don't get like random summer sitting by the pool. Figure out my account gets suspended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we, time to time we get some claims, but it's
ridiculous.
Yeah, we just work around it.
God, I don't know. Well, let's see. I'm excited. What's next? So if it is Kyle Hamilton,
that's funny.
I mean, that's a very like Baltimore pick,
Again,
though.
it is a Baltimore pick, but I haven't seen anything confirming that.
No, Breer just confirmed it.
He did.
Yeah.
Albert Breer again.
I don't know. Did you guys know how they actually get the picks beforehand?
Probably just call the agents. They probably have agents locked in.
Is it sent to like the league office
people in
or
the front
something?
office, or people just there and maybe not even in the draft room, but like work for social media, like because they have to get that shit out immediately.
Right.
I'm hoping
that's
it's
true.
creepers just like with binoculars looking at the card. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm hoping that's what it is.
Oh man.
I think it was this guy.
What a pick for the Ravens, though. I mean, you get probably the best overall player, regardless of position, at 14. I mean, I don't value safeties high, but I value free-ranging safeties.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's a freak too. They can do just about anything.
Yeah.
And his 40 was a flock too. Like it was completely. He ran sideways. It was 4.6, but he literally had the worst start, and then he ran basically back and forth for the first 15 yards, side to side. And I forgot they signed Marcus Williams too. So what a safety room, and they get all their DBs back from injury last year. That should be a fun little team. I mean, the Ravens to me are the dark horse of the AFC for me.
Yeah, as long as Jackson's healthy, I think they should be good.
That's a big if.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what hurt him last year was
they have a great
3 games without him.
They have a really good roster. You know, the thing is just injuries. They just can't seem to stay healthy.
These teams with the double picks have been making some good decisions. Like the Lions with Aiden Hutchinson and Jamison Williams, and then Giants, Thibodeau and Evan Neal.
That's a great combo. I think that's
getting that line stronger.
That's really good.
It's really damn good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Jordan Davis here to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Outfit.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting pick. Again, a solid pick. You add to your front, pair up with Fletcher Cox and others.
I'm trying to figure out the sash he's got going on.
Right?
Like that little stripe. I'm trying it's interesting, but I don't like it in the end, but it's different.
I love the bow tie though.
The bow tie. Oh yeah, that's great.
He's almost so big you can even see it. What is that little thing? Oh, it's a bow tie.
Yeah.
Oh, what a mug for his draft profile though.
Oh, here it is. Plus
yeah, another good question here by G Vegas, is if Burks is there at 27, do you think they use that as trade leverage to trade back?
I don't think any receiver is going to make the Bucs at this point.
Probably not.
Good.
No, I agree, but that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe you get quarterback leverage at this point, because what if not even one goes by the Bucs pick?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, let's look at who can possibly pick one. I don't think the Texans do.
That's wood.
I got my
Seattle. I think I
got my shot right here. So,
but Seattle already picked. They don't. I mean, they could trade up though.
Yeah, they have a couple. They have 2 picks early in the second round because the Denver.
I'm just looking at teams in round 1, and I don't buy the Tennessee hype. So to me, it's the Steelers. That's the only team that looks like it left.
Yeah, they probably
have a
trade
pick.
up. Just sit there and take Malik. That's what they're supposed to.
But do you buy Tennessee hype for quarterback? Because I don't personally.
I buy that they're interested, but I'm not sure if they're actually going to pull the trigger.
If you think about it, it's kind of crazy. They were a number 1 seed last year.
Yeah, that's why it's just like, to me, I mean, I think they still win the South. I mean, I don't buy the Colts yet.
I don't know. They got a pretty big quarterback upgrade. Oh my God, the Eagles trade up again.
No fucking way.
Wait, where?
Plus, I'm allowed to cuss, right?
To Houston?
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, good.
We already had this
trade
show.
back. Oh my God.
We already had
don't know
the
what Houston-
interruption, so we're good.
I mean, I guess.
But here's the thing, like, remember they traded,
Houston
like,
would
didn't they
trade
just trade a 5th for like a 6th and the 7th with the Patriots the other day? Like, they signed so many 1-year free agent deals. Like, why do they need all these picks?
They need some blue chip talent.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like, you're not going to keep trying to like develop these.
Do they actually get a wide receiver here then? Because those they do need.
But
Which one would they take?
Yeah,
The
who?
Eagles.
Oh my God, they just had their entire board up. Oh my God, take a picture of that.
Who,
Dude, how
who's
is that?
bored?
How
Looks-
is that
that's-
not? Do you guys see this on ESPN?
Yeah, it's Baltimore's board, I think.
I think I'm delayed from you all.
I'm looking at NFL Network. Let me go on over there.
Oh my God, that is their fucking board. Oh,
I'm gonna take a picture of that because that is.
He's an amazement. He's like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I'm gonna have to go rewind this. Let me go look.
Hey, what up, Buck? What you heard? Good to see you in here.
Good. Glad their draft is flying.
Mike Larry, welcome. Yeah. Kyle Hamilton is falling down the boards.
I think he's going right now,
he
though.
just got picked though, so yep.
Let's see.
I mean, I would
what was that?
expect like
4 of the past 5 picks have been trades. 2
Yeah.
of them by the Eagles.
Pretty much.
So I should have been watching ESPN the whole time. I was watching NFL Network.
That's the same mistake Evan Winter made.
Yeah.
Apparently, the NFL Network is like an extra 20 seconds behind or something like that.
Yeah, their stream's a little bit not as fast.
Plus, YouTube TV kind of messes up at times too.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Normally delayed.
Mhm. Yep, I got the old
The
satellite.
Texans went Kenyon Green. What?
wow. So the Eagles didn't trade up.
And they traded with the Commanders is who they traded with. In division. 2nd year in a row.
So from 18 to 16.
Yep.
Okay.
I
That's
can't
a-
believe Kenyon Green at 15.
Yeah, he's a
Yuck.
good
That's
interior
hard.
he's a good interior
15?
offensive lineman.
What, 15?
Higher than Lindenball too.
Zion wasn't even off the board yet. It's not like you still had your pick. Eagles were willing to trade up. Hey, Eagles, we'll slide back a couple extra picks.
I mean this is what you're going to see, going forward, especially once pretty much most of the top guys are
The
off
Ravens
board.
have traded Marquis Hollywood Brown to the Cardinals, according to Field Yates.
Are you
Wow.
kidding me?
Field Yates verified. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Wow.
Ravens traded Hollywood Brown to the Cardinals.
Yep.
Dude, if they can trade it for
What?
23.
If it's a first round, I'll be fucking shocked.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out like the freaking Texans just took Kenyon Green over Zion Johnson.
Yeah, it's weird.
Ben Albright saying that the Jets said no to Debo for the 10th pick before taking Garrett Wilson.
Interesting.
I don't. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
Man,
I
the NFL
mean,
the NFL is wild. It's just
But
it's wild.
How many
wild
receivers
drama.
do the Cardinals need?
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even.
Well, they lost Kirk, right? I guess that's what they're trying to fill in.
They lost Kirk, but they still have little Andy Isabella. That's speed. I mean, like,
He hasn't really done anything.
AJ Green and
Eight-
Hopkins. I mean, I
It's
don't
a good
know.
move.
I
It's a
guess
good
it's
move.
the argument that every Buck fan says that's why we needed wide receiver in the first round, which is bullshit. Oh, you never know how many injuries you can have. Well, hey, we got 3 already. If we take another wide receiver, I'd lose my damn mind.
Yeah, it makes no sense, but
I don't think there's going to be any left, Mark. That's just
Wow.
how
I'm
it's going to
hoping.
be.
Let's
Yeah.
keep doing it. Get another
I
wide
thought the only
receiver.
person who had a chance was Burks, but I thought Burks was going to either get drafted first time by the Packers or the Packers would leapfrog us or someone for Burks.
Washington still hasn't picked yet, right?
No, they're
They just took Jahan Dotson.
Oh, okay, good. There's another wide receiver. Good. I want Burks off the board though, because that's the only one that scares me. That
You don't want him for Tampa?
I just don't want another receiver. We don't need more offense. You need
Yeah.
better play call on offense. and better
Yeah,
execution.
Rappaport just confirmed the Hollywood Brown.
okay.
Like, I don't understand like how Baltimore is going to replace him though. Like, Are they gonna take like Sky Moore now or Christian Watson?
Christian Watson.
Honestly,
hey, maybe
like
Debo. I mean, Debo doesn't want to play running back, but in that fucking in the Ravens scheme, woo, that'd be fun. But I don't think
Yeah,
it's gonna
man.
happen.
That's a really good pick for Baltimore.
Cardinals traded 23 to the Ravens for 100 in Hollywood Brown, according to Mark Garofalo.
dude, that is too much.
Way too
I mean,
much.
if freaking Tyreek Hill and Devontae are not Devontae, but like what's his name? Tyreek went for like a 1 and a
Mhm.
2.
Oh, no,
and he's, like,
Tyreek went
significant.
like 1, 2,
what did
and
they
like
trade?
4.
What did they trade?
It
Oh,
was 100 and Hollywood Brown for the Cardinals pick, which my screen's like going weird right now, which I think it was like 23.
Mhm. Yep.
My side monitor is just going off.
So if they get maybe they get Traylon Burks. I don't know. I don't think he'll make it that far though.
as long as it's before 27,
Right.
that's all that matters.
Interesting that Dotson goes.
I mean, if Dotson's
top.
off the board, Burks, there's no way Burks is making it.
Yeah, Dotson in the
Wait.
top 20.
So Billy, you think the Bucs need a receiver? Or the
No.
Panthers?
I don't think they need one. I was curious because it seems like, yeah, you guys really don't want another one. It's interesting.
Mhm.
It's just, I mean, let's get a little bit more depth across the board, not just in one wide receiver room.
Especially when you have two number ones in Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. I think you got to utilize those guys. I know, Chris coming off the ACL, obviously there's some concern there, but dude's been, pretty rock solid for most of his career. And Mike Evans is top notch all the time. And then you get, Russell Gage, who I thought was the best receiver on the Falcons. So adding him, to that mix, I think you already have a good combination. Like it's,
That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
And then develop what you already have.
Exactly.
Miller just never gets used. When he does get used,
He
good
does
things
good.
happen.
Yeah.
And it just blows my mind that we're like, oh no, we need another receiver. Why?
Yep.
Whenever he's on the field, he gets thrown the ball, a big play happens. You don't need to go
This
looking
could be
for a
an
big play when
interesting
it's
pick
sitting on
here.
your bench. I don't know what damn doghouse he went into, but
Mhm.
for no damn reason.
So
I
did
feel
the
like. No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, did the Eagles stay at 18 or?
Yeah, I
Okay.
thought that Breer said they traded up with the Texans again, but it looks like
No.
Houston just took Kenyon Green.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
Kenyon Green.
Washington's picks is in too after 2 minutes.
That's
Right.
Doxson, you said, right? Or no?
Yeah, they took Dotson.
Dotson.
They
Yep.
need a receiver.
But that's like
Um,
a weird. They have a weird wide receiver room now with McLaurin, Dotson,
Yeah.
Curtis Samuel.
Right.
Like they don't really have like a true outside guy. I mean, McLaurin is obviously, but they don't have like
Mhm.
the X receiver that other teams like a Mike Evans or.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of the same profile there, but looking at Kenyon Green to the Texans, that's very interesting. Again, he's I think a very solid player. Plays a lot of different positions, so I think that's good for versatility. And obviously, it's a good fit for what Houston wants to do. They want to run the football more, and getting a guy like Green, he can definitely open up stuff for them.
Lovey's gonna run the ball.
Yep, definitely.
Who's the running back now?
It's David Johnson.
I think
Still?
still. Yep.
Jeez. Jeez.
Still. Yeah, 'cause I don't think the guy who used to play for the Broncos is there anymore. The undrafted kid,
Oh, Philip Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Oh, yeah.
he's-
Well, I think the Washington Commanders needed a receiver. I don't know if this is the one that they should have taken.
That's the thing. Like when they traded back, they kind of just made their own bed, so they had to kind of
Mhm.
reach. I would have. I don't know what else they need though.
Your defense is kind of loaded. It's just get them healthy and go. Maybe a playmaker safety because you have plenty of edge rushers. Maybe they should have taken Willis. Piss off Carson Wentz even more.
Hmm.
That would have been funny. And the Chargers, do they keep going defense even more? Do they get a linebacker that can help in the
Yeah.
middle?
Very interesting that Jermaine Johnson's the guy that's falling here. You know, everyone thought he was going to be a
Yeah.
top
he'd
10.
be if the Chargers didn't trade for Mac, he'd be a good pick there.
Right. Makes a lot of sense.
But they have Mac and Bosa already, and I
Mhm.
don't think he's. I mean, maybe as a rotational edge rusher, I guess. But that defense, they rely on a lot of, their secondary. So
Mm-hmm.
Well, Trent McDuffie's
Curious to
there.
see if one of the tackles come off.
Who?
Yeah. Well,
Heck,
you
if
know,
they're really in on Justin Herbert, maybe even Zion. Who knows?
yeah.
Yeah.
I could see Trevor Penning maybe, at 17.
That's who I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I guess you could put. Yeah, they were. So you have Petting or Rashawn Slater, and then Petting on the other side. That'd be quite the duo because Slater's like so much more technically clean, and Slater's like still like a pretty big work in progress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Wait, you mean Penning is or Slater is?
Penning.
No, I'm saying Slater is like much more technically
Yeah.
clean,
Okay.
while Penning is like the opposite. He's like much more raw and
Mhm.
a work in progress.
Brute. Huh? And then
DeMarvin Leal over Wyatt. No, definitely not Krillin. Wyatt,
No.
Wyatt is the guy to take in the first round. Leal would be a day 2 guy.
But why are so
at
many
best.
people off Wyatt because he's 24? That's what I don't understand.
He
Yeah.
has some off-field
yeah.
stuff too, but I don't know how much Tampa cares about that.
Mhm.
It's funny how our perception of basically because of AB on, like, I'm just speaking outside of Tampa circles, like people think we don't care about character, but if you look at all of our draft picks and
Yeah.
generally our free agents other than AB, like everyone's pretty spot clean.
Mhm.
Well, ASJ, didn't he have some character issues coming out?
Yeah,
Well-
and an alcohol thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like Jason Light's first draft.
Mhm.
Also, it wasn't him. I mean, that was Lovey had control
Yeah.
of the roster and the draft.
Yeah.
I mean, the best
Yeah,
thing
Mike
Lovey
Evans,
ever
right?
did was Mike Evans. That was
Mhm.
that was his
Wait,
best thing he ever did.
I actually looked at that draft today.
It's wild.
Devontae Adams went in that second round.
Yeah,
Imagine.
But
Evans
to be
and
fair,
Adams.
he was pretty raw coming out.
but that's like the best wide receiver class. I don't know how
Insane.
anyone can beat how any
Yeah.
Oh,
class. can beat
2014,
that.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That could have been freaking insane.
I was hoping for Derek Carr in the second round.
Yeah.
Yeah. To pair
You
up
and
with
me
Mike
both,
Evans.
Bliss.
Yeah. That's who I was hoping for.
I think
They
he
did
went
pretty
low.
well the next year. They got, I mean, obviously you took the consensus QB1, Jameis, and then you took Donovan Smith second round. So that,
And Allie that same draft.
Yeah.
so that was a really good draft for them.
Juan was in that draft too.
Chargers
Wow.
taking Zion Johnson at 17.
There you go. Yeah, I think that's
Offensive
Wow.
line off the board.
AJ Brown just got traded to the Eagles.
No,
No.
you're messing with me,
Schefter
Billy.
just tweeted it.
Billy, no.
You serious?
I swear to you.
I love
Billy, don't do this to me.
I swear to you, they just traded AJ Brown to the Eagles.
Wow.
So then the Titans are just throwing.
Evan Winter's about to cry.
The Titans are just throwing him out. They're
Yeah,
just-
he's right.
They're gonna be a shit cell.
Wow, that's
Oh my
crazy. I wonder what they
God.
gave up.
They had to
That's
have
like
given up a
multiple
lot.
first rounds.
Yeah,
I wonder if they gave up 18 for it.
Why would you?
I mean,
trade
you would
this?
have to.
they
Yeah.
had to be 18, and they have to like someone enough to take someone else there.
Mhm.
Because I mean, they have Robert Woods, but he's still coming off an ACL.
Mhm.
That's it. They just
That's
gave
a-
up 18 and a third round pick.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Rappaport says 18 and more, but that's what I just saw. Third round pick from Diana Rossini.
Okay.
That's
What are the
that's a
Titans
great-
doing?
Great trade for the Eagles.
It
Great.
is. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. And he's a great compliment to Devontae Smith. So I think that's great. Helps out Jalen Hurts as well. Big body receiver that can go up and get the football.
So you got two speedsters, and then you got AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really good.
Jalen Rager, he still got speed. He still could be a go guy. I mean, that's a great freaking trade.
Mhm.
I mean, when you
What are
want
you-
to run with Hurts, I mean,
Yeah.
it's going full all in on Hurts right there. It's his decision now. It's up to him to.
What do you guys think of these latest picks? Johan Dotson and then Zion Johnson. It looks like it's going to be here.
Who cares about the picks, man? These trades of these wide receivers right now is what's wild.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows you wide receiver is like the storyline of this offseason. It's the premium position.
I love it.
People,
Good.
they got to have pass catchers, got to have
Because think
playmakers.
about it here. Now the Titans have to take a receiver.
I mean,
Like,
you have
so that's
to,
another one
like-
off the board.
No,
What would you-
And
I
you
don't
know
even
what?
know.
I think it's Traylon Burks.
That would,
Yep.
He actually kind of plays.
I mean, I'm
little
not saying he's
similarly.
AJ Brown, but like
I agree.
AJ
I agree with you. Yeah, no, for sure.
It's-
I agree.
it's not 1-to-1 comparison,
not
but
AJ Brown at all.
it's
Are you kidding me?
fun.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, Traylon's a little different, I think, how he plays, but I mean, both physical.
But like both were used by their schools in weird ways. Like that's what I mean. Like there's like a projection of when you took AJ Brown and when you're taking Traylon Burks. I'm not saying 1-to-1. Again, they're not a 1-to-1 player swap. But like the projections of them for what they were in college, like it made no sense of how they were used.
Gotta love Krillin, man. That's awesome.
Dude, the Titans players are like
really
freaking
brick
out
wall
right now.
Marshall. Brick wall. That's a hell of a nickname right there.
That's awesome.
Literally, if you include trades of players, hasn't every pick basically had a trade?
This is
Pretty-
magical. This
pretty-
is a magical draft. This is why I
We may
expect-
have had more trades
Yeah.
than actual picks since like pick 10.
It's been crazy. It seems like there's been a trade every pick for this, since the Jets were on the clock.
I need to start drinking. Come on. This is awesome. This
Yeah.
is literally awesome. No quarterback off the board yet.
I tell my friend over here I need a refill. Yep, he's got it. Thank you, sir.
Orleans at 19. What the hell are they going to do there?
Our girl Carmen saying Traylon for Titans.
You can use the ice machine.
I mean, that makes no sense.
You can go ahead and use the ice machine. Go ahead and do that. Fill her up.
Yep.
To the top.
Thank you, sir. I'll mute myself.
This is making orders. Jeez, players. So I mean, this has been an exciting ass draft. Like the receivers going off the board that probably shouldn't be going off the board. This is lining up perfect for the Bucs. I love what this is looking like. If Jermaine Johnson falls all the way to 27, I would crack the hell up.
You got to
the
take him.
Eagles are gonna extend extend Brown, but he's only counting 3.9 against the cap this year.
Or here,
You
I
can
just
still
I
make
would-
some moves.
would you dare trade up for Jermaine Johnson if he makes it past 20?
Thank you, sir.
I think that's interesting.
Just think about it. He's like literally the exact same mold as JTS.
I mean, from what I've seen, I mean, if we can trade a 1-3 in next year's 3 or some shit like what the Lions just pulled off, like why
Mhm.
not?
Yeah.
Again, this is the year of Brady. This is, I mean, whatever happens next year, whether it's Trask, Gabbard, or whoever, I mean, it's not going to get as good as what it is now.
Mhm.
So why not?
Because I mean, would you think New Orleans is probably going to take a tackle to try and fill
They
in
have
Armstead?
to.
And
Ken,
then
you were right. They
Pittsburgh-
did take Burks.
Yep. And then Pittsburgh, do you think they get Willis hit there?
They love Willis. I mean,
Right.
they do.
So who's 21?
New England.
I mean, that, trade of New England.
Yeah.
I mean, they would. I mean, fuck, they gave us, our boy Zion for, excuse me, not Zion, Mason for a
Mason.
fifth round pick.
Zach Mason. Yeah.
I mixed up my guards.
Hey,
I gotta say, Krillin, you are the best, man. I appreciate you.
cool.
So-
Hot in the chat.
It's awesome. Yeah. No, I don't have servants though. No servants.
Imagine being
Give a bell.
freaking Jalen Hurts and you don't. Jalen Hurts and Tua are on the hottest seats in the NFL.
They'll blow it.
Yeah.
They'll blow it. I guarantee it.
And I love Jalen too, but yeah, I don't think he's gonna do it.
Hertz has some of the greatest press conferences though.
Yeah. True.
Well, he's a
leader.
fantasy god. I mean, like,
He
I mean,
says
that's what he is.
something
He's
about-
rush yards and stuff, but it's like an actual game. It's not good.
Mhm.
What was the quote he said? He's like, "This game's like a turd. You got to flush it down the toilet." Did he say something like
Yep.
that?
He did.
I loved it. I was like, "That's gold. That's a hell of a way to think right there." Hey, I'm serious. Like if he gets past 20,
I'm
Will
down. No,
Johnson
I think if he makes New England, because New England's you're not gonna have to overpay for with them. They'll take
Yeah.
day 3 picks.
I think New England is Devin Lloyd. I think that's a perfect fit for them.
yeah, that's a really
Hey,
good
but that okay, then even slides then. Green Bay we're
Mm.
not really trading with, but I don't think
Green Bay-
Jermaine
Green-
could fit for him.
Yeah,
they're
Green
begging
Bay.
for a receiver.
Yeah, Green Bay could take Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, but they could still trade for a receiver though.
Yep.
I mean, no one thought AJ Brown was going to go today. No one thought Hollywood was going to go today. So who knows?
I mean, watch it be like, DK Metcalf or.
Wait,
I
where's
mean, if I'm Seattle and they want to give 21 and 28, I'd think about it
No, I would for sure.
because they're not going to want to pay him if you don't have a quarterback.
this is
Yeah.
Oh, this dude in the tight AJ Brown jersey is like,
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, as a Titans fan, you got to be sick right now
Mm-hmm.
because you found that
I'm
gem.
just like not even sure like what they're.
AJ Brown just got 4 years, $100 million, 57 guaranteed, according to Rappaport.
And he just signed a contract that fast.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of money, man. Like I like him, but
Yeah.
25 mil a year. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Another guy.
I mean, only 57 guaranteed. So
Yeah, it's actually not that bad.
basically
I
the
guess.
first 2 years,
Yeah.
26-ish.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And guys, this is why the NFL is just amazing, as it's a year-round, best drama TV show out there. And again, thank you so much for the people who have joined us, people in the chat. You're awesome. Again, we're live here, Real Bucs Talk on YouTube. Be sure to check out our channels. Be sure to check out the work of Billy here and also Ken. Buck what you heard, and also the Blue Wire Pod. It's called the Roar, right? Correct, Billy?
Yeah, the
so-
Roar on Blue Wire.
So be sure to check those guys out. Subscribe to their stuff. They do amazing work.
Billy, what's your Twitter?
Billy M_91.
And Billy's
Rest
a
of you
great,
take note.
yeah, he's a great follow on Twitter as well. Always talking, football. He was big on Trayvon Walker at one. And
Yeah.
a lot of people didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I really like him. I
Mhm.
think he's going to be really good. And I think he has like special traits, and I understand the production isn't ideal, but
Yeah, that's the scheme, right? It's just the way that Georgia plays.
yeah, it's the way Georgia plays their defense. It's very unique, and
Mhm.
you understand like they ask their defensive ends to kind of run read. It's where the tackle's going off the snap, so
Right.
they try to protect the interior of it. They don't want to get beat by mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah, and they use their linebackers so much, using them as far as blitzing, and they rotate, rotate their defensive tackles out wide a lot, with just unique stunts and stuff like that. So it's hard for like a defensive end to get, just pin your ears back and get high end sack production that most guys are looking for. If you're, I guess the general fans are looking for. But when you look at the arm length and the traits and all that stuff, I mean, it's hard not to get excited about what he could be.
Attributes, he's got everything. It's just how is he going to be used?
Yeah, no,
Right.
and it's. And I was just reading some of their quotes. It seems like they're going to be using him like as a traditional edge rusher. So like the guy I compared him to was Rashawn Gary, who had a similar kind of issue coming out at Michigan. He was asked to take up a lot of responsibilities in the run game and set the edge and allow some of their linebackers, like Devin Bush was on his college team. So Devin Bush, he was a top 10 pick because he made a lot of plays, and I think that's part of the reason why Gary probably wasn't the flashy name, and he's turned out to be like one of the best edge rushers in the NFL.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Gary, I think is Mark. I believe we looked at him, a year back, and we thought he was a guy that could project well, to the NFL, and obviously it's working out. I mean, he's got everything you want, and the potential has come to fruition.
His get off was insane too for a guy that size. Very comparable size and stature to Trayvon Walker.
Right. Yep.
Who are they going to
Trash
put
can.
with them now? The Packers. I mean, they have
Saints are on the
on the other
clock.
side now.
They're going to
There
probably
might be
take Jermaine Johnson.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
I mean, another guy I wouldn't
But
mind. Trent McDuffie's there. I know he doesn't.
yeah, they kind of need corners too. I wouldn't be surprised. They don't need it, but I wouldn't be surprised.
But
if
see,
they
we
took
just
one.
don't know. I mean, Sean Payton's not part of the staff anymore, so that's why it's just
Right.
like we know he's the brains to a lot of this. Mickey Loomis is a great drafter and everything, but I mean, you draft to what your coach wants and needs to.
Yep.
I do have to hop, everyone, but thank you, Mark Pless. Always a pleasure being on with you all. I forgot that other people have to work in my household in the morning, so I can't be on too late. But I'll be in the chat. You all have a great night. Chat out there. I'll see you all soon.
Yeah.
Thanks,
No, I
Ken.
appreciate Ken. Always welcome. So have a great night. Enjoy the rest of the draft.
Oh, will do. We'll see what the
All right.
Bucs do.
All right. Awesome, man.
The wide receiver.
They just took Penning.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
figured they go offensive tackle, and kind of makes sense. I don't see him as a left tackle per se. I don't know if that will be where they put him at, but
Ramczyk's their right tackle, right?
right. So maybe they'd have to. I mean, that's gonna be interesting. I mean, that's good news for Bucs fans as far as pass rush on him, because he's just not ready as far as a pass protector.
I totally agree.
Run game, he can obviously do some things, but yeah, he's definitely got to clean up a lot of stuff.
Because like Wirfs, we thought that way, but Wirfs had all the athletic traits to kind of learn and develop into a great blocker and pass blocker. I mean, this guy doesn't have the attributes that Wirfs has. He's not anywhere near as polished right now. I just don't see. I'm happy as a Buck fan, but yeah, he's aggressive. He's more of an attack you type of blocker, but good. I'll take that. Your interior is still strong as hell, though. Oh, does anyone realize how bad Mel Kiper's picks are? Like, I looked up yesterday or today. He only got 6 picks correct. Like, we're doing prop bets. He got 6 out of 32 of the first round last year. 6. 2 of them were already given. They get 2 quarterbacks back to back. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? Terrible.
Wonder if Pittsburgh goes QB after that.
I hope they do.
Yeah, I really do too. I mean,
it's very possible. I know Mike Tomlin loves Malik Willis, so could definitely see it. That'd be the first quarterback taken, right? Yeah, no other.
Yeah, there hasn't been a quarterback taken. Honestly, like Pittsburgh might as well just write it out and see what they can get in the second round.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, you might not even see a quarterback, taken at the end of the first round, unless, I mean, maybe there's some teams there that could trade up, but
5th-year option.
Right. I mean, maybe Seattle. That's the only team I can think of. Maybe New York as well if they want to challenge Daniel Jones, but I don't think they're going to do that.
I mean,
Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna.
Yeah. And Carolina, they don't pick till what, round 4?
Yeah, they don't have another pick until late round 4, actually. Not even early.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How did that happen?
A bunch of trades that they did for players. Yeah.
Sam Darnold. Yep.
And CJ Henderson.
Right. Yep.
How was that the rental of Stephon Gilmore?
Yeah, that was a 6th round pick, I think, next year.
Like, from your perspective, I know we didn't look at him a lot, but did he still have it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he's still really good. Depends, how you want to. He's obviously not the defensive player of the year he was a few years ago, but I still think he's good for a corner in his 30s.
Well, actually, you just had your corner. You drafted a corner last year. He got hurt.
Yeah, J.C. Horn.
Falling out, right? Yeah, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
He's a hell of a press man guy too.
Yeah, he's really good.
He is. Yeah, he could be something good.
He was the first corner off the board, right? Last year?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he went ahead of Patrick Surtain.
If he just stayed healthy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the coaching staff? Are you
Yeah, I mean they're like dead men walking.
They're
They're dead men walking essentially. They have
Right.
no yeah, I don't really see them having much of a chance to survive
Damn.
past
is it
this
because
year.
as far as your quarterback goes, or like
Yeah,
Mm.
it's a lot of issues. I think they're just
Mm.
not very like prepared for the NFL game. I still think they're like pretty talent deficient in a few areas, and obviously they don't have picks to rectify those problems right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of bleak, but hey, I think that you win 4 or 5 games next year, you're in a pretty good position to
Mhm.
draft a quarterback high. And oh wow, quarterback just went.
was
Okay.
it
Is it,
Willis?
No,
it should be
Pickett.
Kenny Pickett.
Really?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh
Wow.
to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Good. I like this.
Yep.
New England, we're probably thinking Devin Lloyd, Green Bay, maybe wide receiver Pickens or
Mhm.
I could
someone
see the
else.
Patriots trading back because they like to do that stuff too.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
I'm just saying, like, how the hell is Jermaine Johnson falling?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Fellas, I'll be right back. I have to take a small break. I'll be right back.
Incredible. Incredible.
I think the board sets up pretty well for Tampa now.
Absolutely. I mean,
You
I
could
just
take
want. No, wait, Traylon Burks is gone. So, and all the guards are gone. So, I mean, like, we wanted Devontae Wyatt, edge rusher. I mean, if Jermaine Johnson falls, I'd be amazed. I'd almost debate trading up. I mean, Trent McDuffie doesn't fit our length for our cornerback, but he's a damn good player.
what about Booth
Andrew Booth, yeah.
or Kyer Elam? I think those are 2 good corners, but
I like Kyer Elam a lot. I mean, he's got the length, he's got size, he's over 6 foot, but plus doesn't like that he doesn't get in after the running game, and that's something we
yeah.
ask our corners to do a lot. I mean, is that just because they didn't ask him to do it a lot? I don't know. But yeah, he doesn't show much urgency when it's a running game. When it's a running call, and he's like, "Oh, I got to get my head in there." He doesn't really get his head in the running game, so I can understand that part of it. It's still a hell of a good cover corner. He did good against Jamison Williams.
Very good. That was like one of the best tapes I've seen this draft season.
Yeah. I mean, he gave up one because he gave up a little too much space in his zone coverage, but other than that, he was spot on. I mean, I like what's available right now. I'll say that, but a lot can go in 7 picks. What's been your biggest wild card, you think, in the draft so far?
Honestly, like the fact that they took Pickett over Willis was interesting. I knew they would go quarterback, but I was surprised. But even like there's some good edge rushers dropping, like not even Jermaine Johnson, like Karlaftis and Ebiketie.
I love
Depends how you feel about Ojabo. But I don't know. Like I feel like there's still some really good defensive players. That like
Oh, yeah.
picks 10 to like 20 just kind of open up the board
right?
in so many ways.
And they flew. It was all wide receivers, I feel like. I mean, edge rush and defensive tackle, those are the 2 areas we wanted, and it's falling right to us. So I'm hoping it keeps doing that. Of the edge rushers available, who's your top guy right now?
Honestly, I really like Ebiketie. I
Same.
wasn't a huge fan of Jermaine Johnson, but like at this point, you might as well take him.
I'm huge on Ebiketie.
Yeah, Ebiketie would be. He's a really good one.
Because this is the one thing. So a lot of outlets here in Tampa are saying, "Oh, Ebiketie's not great against a run, so he's not a fit for Tampa Bay." I'm like,
I disagree with that. I think he's very good against the run.
I totally agree with you. And first of all, why are we going to ask an edge rusher that should be your primary move? Just stop the run. I mean, that's why we have a 350-pounder in the middle. I mean, if Sue signs back, William Golson. We got the fat guys in the middle and the guys that will clean up the mess, and Devin White and David behind them. We just need to get after the damn quarterback. And that's what we did well when we won the Super Bowl, and then we lost it. We had to force blitzes. So get back to that. See? We're just talking. He's a huge fan of Arnold Ebiketie.
Yeah. I like him more than Jermaine.
Yeah, Arnold Ebiketie is that's our guy. Like he's just I think he does a lot of good things, like just technique wise, knowing how to beat his man 1-on-1 and winning consistently with just variety of moves. And people look at his athleticism. He's athletic enough, and he's got the length. He's got pretty much everything you want from a pass rusher. And when I hear other people talking, well, he doesn't do this, doesn't do that. Like, dude's good.
He's only been playing football since high school.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I don't get it. I think he deserves to be a first round pick, in my opinion, and we'll see if that takes place here. But wow, Kenny Pickett, I can't believe that. But again, staying home in Pittsburgh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that really caught me off guard, to be honest with you. I really thought they were going to take Malik.
Mm-hmm. Now you probably watched the quarterbacks. I mean, obviously it's not a good class, but I mean, what do you think?
Honestly, I really didn't study them as much as I would like to.
Right. Yeah, I don't think we looked at them at all, to be honest. I mean, we didn't really
someone just traded up.
Someone traded up again?
Baltimore? Yeah, Baltimore.
With the Patriots.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. All right.
I don't know who did it though.
They would trade again. Out.
Yeah. Patriots trading back.
Is it Tampa Bay?
That'd be funny.
Could you imagine?
Oh man. Get Devontae Wyatt or Jermaine Johnson.
Now you got me all excited. But
I mean, Rappaport just said Patriots traded back, so I'm trying to figure it out.
Right. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
Who's it gonna be?
Oh man. So do you live in Carolina, Billy? Are you?
No, I'm actually in DC.
Oh, okay.
DC area. Yeah.
Okay.
I used to live down there, but not
Gotcha.
anymore.
Okay. How do you like it there in comparison?
Oh, the Chiefs are, by the way, they're on the clock. It's all right.
Okay.
It's interesting. I really like Tampa. Just to let you guys know, I travel down there for work.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. I used to actually back before the pandemic started.
Okay.
I was at that what's the Army base or that Air
MacDill?
Force base? Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, you obviously cross the bridge and like you go down those neighborhoods. I think like Brady lives in that neighborhood too, like in that island area. I forget the name of it.
Davis Island.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really nice area, because there was this coffee spot like right in the middle of it. I can't remember the name. I used to go there every morning with a coworker. They had like the best coffee.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we stayed at the the Marriott right next to like the hockey arena.
Okay. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah.
We went because when we came in the summer. This was like not the summer, well, like early summer. The Lightning were in the playoffs, and we didn't go to games, but I think it's like, is it like the Wharf? They call it the Sparkman Wharf.
Yeah. Nice
really
area.
Cool area to watch the games. It was really nice.
Yeah. That whole area, it's Riverwalk and just really well done. Nice downtown area. So
yeah, no, I really like it.
More.
I went there last year for just a couple days, and I actually stayed at the newer hotel. I think it's the JW Marriott, just across the street from the Marriott.
Yeah,
that was a really nice hotel. I mean, it looked like a South Beach style, because they had like a pool on the roof, and like cabanas. And it was interesting because the Raptors, I think they were played in Tampa last year.
Yeah,
their facility was inside that hotel. Like I actually was just walking up like near the conference rooms, and like I walked by like their basketball court that they had made inside one of the conference rooms. It was sick. And then, but someone like called me out. I was like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here."
Says who?
Yeah.
But no, it's really nice area, and I went to like this Argentinian steakhouse, like it's kind of next to the stadium. It was like maybe 10-15 minutes away from Raymond James.
Okay.
Really good steak. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you check out what's the giant food court, adult food court? What's the name of it?
Giant food court. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
in that same area.
I mean, he's probably.
Someone in the
I mean,
chat, help me out.
he's probably talking about Texas State Brazil, maybe.
No, it wasn't. It was like an
Oh.
authentic
Oh, okay.
Argentinian.
It's by like
Let me actually find out right now.
Okay.
by Eulalie, by
Oh, Eulalie.
what's that big? Like,
Well, that's
area?
Riverwalk.
What's that big food court area thing that's right next to that? There's a whole bunch of different food places, wine places, beers.
Oh, like
Renzo's.
Amateur Works.
Armature Works, that's what it is.
Yeah, or Amateur
Oh
Works.
yeah, okay. I know where that is. I didn't really check it
Yeah.
out. I went to Renzo's.
Okay.
It's on West Kennedy Boulevard.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've heard of that one. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, really good.
Tiny little spots.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them look like holes in the wall, but they're really good.
So
it was like a hole in the wall spot. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if you guys are big soccer fans, but they had like a bunch of different like Argentinian soccer players' jerseys on the wall.
Okay.
Like Messi and Maradona.
Mm-hmm.
It was a cool city though, because it's, you know, obviously it's hot in the summer, but it's still like really nice. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind moving down there if I ever had the chance to.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to get so congested now.
Yeah, everyone's
thinking the same thing.
Yeah, they want to be.
Do you guys live like in Soho?
I'm in more Girlwood, Citrus Park area.
I live in
away from downtown.
Yeah, I live in Largo, so like near like St. Pete.
Oh, okay. Dude, that bridge that you cross is quite the hike. It's a long bridge.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
But you can book it. You can book it on that damn bridge.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we took the rental, and we were just going crazy on it. When we went to the beach one day, and
So you got Trent McDuffie here to the Chiefs. What do we think of that pick? I think that's a solid move for them. Obviously needed a corner.
Yeah, interesting that they had to trade up. Well, I guess it shouldn't be interesting they traded up, but I like McDuffie, but I actually had Elam as my cornerback 3.
Okay. Yeah.
I just really like Kyer a lot, and I think he's going to be like one of the better players.
Super good cover corner. Like he knows how to cover, and yeah.
But the thing is, like with McDuffie, it's these Washington like defensive backs. They're taught really well because you're seeing like a bunch of them like play at a really high level in the league. Even Carolina took a guy, Keith Taylor, last year in the 5th round, and he was really good for them when he got opportunity to play. But no, I think just McDuffie is like his ability to like locate the ball, and like when he's in phase with the receiver, he has a pretty good ability to like, turn his back around and get his hand up. It's sort of similar. He's like the opposite of like Carlton Davis in a way, where Davis had like, well, I don't know how he's obviously gotten much better at it now, but like when he was coming out, I remember like he had issues like playing the ball. At Auburn, he had, he was always like did a really good job staying in phase, but sometimes when he's like right on the hip of the receiver, he just like forgets to turn around. I mean, that's something obviously you can learn, but with McDuffie, he's much more like fluid. I just worry about the length and some of the athleticism translating.
All right, guys, I gotta head out really quick. The baby boy's crying.
Okay, no problem, man.
4:27. Yeah, but I'll keep you in the loop, Billy. Good talking.
Yeah, man, you too.
Stuff. I mean, everyone who doesn't follow him on Twitter, get on it. I mean, he does what we do, but even more. I feel like even more.
Yeah, man, send me your Twitter too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, buddy. I'll see y'all later. Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
See you, man.
Yeah, Billy, you already follow us. I mean, we pretty much run the same account, so it's just real.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, so we just run the same account. I have a personal account, but I don't really use it. So we just run that one account there. And you can kind of tell like who's talking and who's not. So, I'm more formal. Mark is just more informal. He just lets it, out there. He just
You guys are actually.
Yeah.
I'll be frank with you guys. You guys are pretty, especially because I started following you guys like in 2016 or
Mhm.
17, and you guys were never like. You went through some pretty tough years.
Yeah.
You were never like too emotional,
Right.
obviously.
Yeah, we try to stay level-headed. I mean, obviously it sucks to lose, and and obviously going through just the ups and downs that was Jameis Winston and the coaching staffs and all that stuff. So yeah, a lot of it feels good to have the organization we have now, and it just seems like everything's on the up and up. Obviously winning the Super Bowl and Tom Brady and just everything, the culture shift. So really, really cool to and now we're season ticket holders, so it's a lot of good things
Yeah.
going on.
Packers just took a linebacker.
Oh, did they? Wow, Devin
Quay
Lloyd.
Walker. Quay Walker,
Oh,
actually.
wow, first
So
linebacker off the board.
it's interesting. That's like he went
Yeah,
over Devin
He-
Lloyd and
yeah,
Kobe Dean.
yeah, his teammate. He's super athletic though, very very
Yeah,
good.
I like Quay Walker a lot.
Mhm. And again, it's that system. Like doesn't not all those guys get to like highlight what they do well.
Yeah. But the thing is, like with Walker, he kind of just started. I think he has much more of like, your traditional builds. He's
Mhm.
much bigger than Kobe Dean, and I just think he like just his movement abilities as well. It's very special. I just think like with Dean, it's a lot of the Baltimore just traded their pick.
Oh, did they?
The Bills
To
are on the
the
clock.
So they jumped over Dallas. I wonder
Yeah.
why they would do that. Maybe they go. I don't really need pass rusher, but maybe they go again. But I don't see that.
But yeah, no, I was just gonna say like Nakobe
Mhm.
obviously has like the medical issues. Like I
Right.
don't think it's serious, but
Smaller
Walker,
guy
yeah, and the
too.
fact that he's smaller, yeah.
Yeah.
It to me like kind of reminds me of Telvin, not even Telvin Smith, but like a shorter
Mm.
version of it. Because Telvin Smith was like very light, but he was pretty long. He was like
Mm.
6'3".
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's again, it's all about scheme fit. How does the team view the player? How do they feel like they can utilize him best? And and that's why you're seeing some of these guys go earlier than expected. And I think that's what we're going to see in this draft, regardless. Because there's no consensus. The talent level, once you get past a certain number of guys, it's pretty much not a huge separation. So I think that's why
Yeah.
you're seeing some surprise names come up, and we're probably going to see probably 8 more or however many more picks we got left. You're probably going to see quite some more surprises here.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe does Buffalo need an edge rusher? They probably need a corner.
I would say corner. I would say
Yeah.
maybe Kyrie Elam, maybe Andrew Booth
I mean, I think
Jr.
he's like, I don't know. I personally thought he was like a top 20 player, and he's definitely
Mhm.
my cornerback 3. But I was surprised to see him on the board still.
Yeah. I thought, New England has a history of, taking Florida players. I thought that might have been a fit for them, because they
Yeah.
do need corners. And, it's just interesting that Buffalo traded up above Dallas. I wonder who Dallas is.
Well, like a lot of the
Mhm.
rumors before the draft, especially when I was following the Dallas people,
Mhm.
they said that they were eyeing one of the guards, Kenyon
Okay.
Green or Johnson. So
Right. Obviously both gone.
yeah, with those
Yeah.
two gone, I'm not sure. And Jerry Jones is an Arkansas alum, and they already took, and Burks obviously already went off the board. So I wonder where they're going to go now because
Mhm.
I don't know. Dallas is a really good drafting team, though. So it's
Mhm.
if there's one team you should probably give the benefit of the doubt to, it's them.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just all these trades. I'm just still like, I'm kind of like, I guess,
Dude, as soon as I jumped on, everything just went completely like bonkers.
Yeah, man. It's like, right after the 10th pick, it's just, trade. It seems like trade after trade after trade. And, just big names too. Like Hollywood Brown is no joke at receiver, and him being traded, and now AJ Brown, to the Eagles and getting big time money. And Debo Samuel, DK Metcalf might be, two names that still could be moved, and just a lot of interesting, I guess, team building. But you can just see like receiver. That's the theme this offseason. Everyone wants that star receiver, or doesn't want their star receiver. They just give them away.
Yeah, I think it's just draft them and develop them and pay them. I don't know. That seems like a pretty sound strategy.
It is. I mean, you just see it in this draft. I mean, because we've had 6 receivers already taken, or 5 at least.
Yeah, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep,
6 receivers in the top, half of the draft. I mean, that just shows you like it's just super valued. And obviously so, because you gotta have good pass catchers.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And again, guys, thank you so much for staying with us. We're almost here to the Buccaneers pick, so we're getting excited about that. That should be very interesting. A lot of good players still left on the board that make a lot of sense. So should be good. It looks like the Bills pick is in, so we're going to see that here shortly. But yeah, I mean, just again, thank you all who's joined us tonight. Again, Billy, I appreciate all the time you've given us. You've been awesome here. So
I mean, happy to join you guys, man. I had nothing else to do for the draft.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's good. That works out. And Mark, I don't think Mark's coming back. The kids are giving him trouble, so he's got to get them to bed. But yeah, funny. Again, G Vegas, Krillin, Chris, Ken Barrett, awesome. Yeah, I know. Between Jermaine Johnson and Devontae Wyatt, that would be crazy. And watch the Bucs not pick either one. So
Buffalo just took Kyrie Elam.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think that's a
ton of sense. That's like a perfect fit for them too.
Yeah, and that goes exactly with Tre'Davious White, and it's very good, and that makes them pretty strong. Actually, I think they're a top contender, especially in the AFC. Let's go through, get some of your comments here, guys. Again, we appreciate it. Let's see. This is a good question by G Vegas. Always brings the good stuff. So, I mean, who do you think's done the best as far as overall picks, or you could even say trade?
I mean, it has to be the Eagles, right?
Yeah, I think they've done pretty.
Jordan
awesome.
Davis and AJ Brown in one night.
Yeah, I would say right behind them is probably the Giants with obviously getting Evan Neal and Thibodeau. But yeah, I mean, really smart moves by both teams. As far as like the NFC South, I mean, I'm happy that Carolina didn't panic and go quarterback, and getting the offensive tackle that they needed, obviously getting Ike Ekwonu. That's going to be great for their run game. And it makes a lot of sense with, Christian McCaffrey. And I think that's good for them.
Yeah, no, it's something that they haven't addressed since Jordan Gross retired.
Mm-hmm.
They've tried to address it in various ways, like through second and third round picks, but obviously they paid Matt Khalil a lot of money. That didn't work out. This is the first time they've actually tried to address it high in the draft, and they've had high draft picks the past few years. Last year they could have taken Slater,
right?
But they chose Horn. Year before that, I think they could have had one of the offensive tackles. They took Brian Burns. Actually, no, the year 2020, they could have taken Wirfs, and they took Derek Brown. So much to your benefit.
Yeah.
I had Wirfs as my top offensive tackle that year. So
yeah, I when looking at his tape, obviously the athleticism just jumped off, and then there was some concerns when he faced some inside stunts, but again, it was all coachable. It's probably more so like the relationship with his guy next to him, but obviously he's fixed that, and he's been just outstanding. But yeah, to your point, Carolina, I thought they did a really good job of like getting, they had that all defensive draft, and I thought that was really nice where they added some really good pieces. Obviously, I forget the guy's name. He's really good. The linebacker that's everywhere, or linebacker / safety.
It's Shaq Thompson or Jeremy Chin?
Chin, yes, Chin
Yeah,
is
Chin.
Chin is the guy, and then obviously Shaq Thompson, I think's become a pretty solid player. And Derek Brown, I think, is still developing, and then you look at
he's fine.
Yeah, Brian Burns, I think, has obviously been a home run. I think he's really good edge
Can't
rusher.
believe he actually dropped to them.
Yeah,
that was
crazy.
crazy.
He was one of the guys I wanted if the Bucs didn't go Devin White, but obviously Devin White was just the fit for the scheme and everything. So it'll be interesting to see who Cowboys take here. Let's see what they do. They have a lot of interesting.
They could go offensive line,
right? But who would you go?
Linderbaum, maybe.
Linderbaum, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad decision. Is he just like a pure center, or is he going to be able to move over to guard? Or that'll be
I
interesting.
think they can move the other guy to guard.
Okay.
Beyond Tyler, I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Right. The guy from
Wisconsin guy. I know he went to Wisconsin.
Yep. So, yeah.
It's maybe Jermaine goes here. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did lose, Randy Gregory.
Gregory, right?
Daxton Hill's still on the board.
Yeah. Ebiketie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love Ebiketie. I just like watching his game. It's just he's
so
got
much fun.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good stuff to him, and he just knows how to attack. And I like players that have a game plan and they understand how to beat their opponent, and he does that so consistently. So I'm very underrated in this one, surprisingly. George Karlaftis is still there as well. He's another one that is a good, I think, a solid player.
Oh, for sure. I like him too.
Yeah. That'd be another one. I don't think the Bucs will look at him, but I mean, he could be a versatile piece. You can put him at the 5 tech, or play him inside at times. You could put him outside. Still young too. He's only, I believe, 21. And
Karlaftis?
Yeah, Karlaftis.
Yeah, he's just started playing football at a young age.
Right. Yeah, from Greece, and got a good character on him, good head on his shoulders. So
their pick is in.
There we go. See what happens.
I thought they were going to trade back, given how much time they took up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chris makes a good point here. Could easily be the best edge in this draft when we look back on it. Yeah,
I agree.
It's definitely possible. I mean, he's got everything you want.
Yeah, for sure. I just think like the thing about this edge class is like there's so many different flavors that I wouldn't be surprised if like edge 1 through like 7 ends up being like the best.
Right. That is true. Some different, there's a lot of variety, a lot of different styles. I look at a guy like Nick Benito. I really like him out of Oklahoma. He'd be a
good like second round pick.
Right. Yep. He's just got a lot of good bend to him, natural athlete. So, and that's what makes this, edge class so good. You could try and see if you can wait, but obviously the top half of it is pretty special.
Looks like they took Tyler Smith.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, from Tulsa, right?
Yeah. How do you feel about him? I had sort of mixed opinions on him.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's got some versatility to his game. You could potentially move him inside. He could play outside too for you, but yeah, I mean, he's kind of like he's in that same boat as Trevor Penning. Just
right.
Raw, but he's got that athletic traits that you could potentially coach up. Hope he becomes something, but I'm just not sure if he like starts right away for Dallas. I mean, maybe they try to put him at right tackle, see what happens.
I'm not sure where they're going to put him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because they obviously had a pretty big need at guard, given how much they were interested in Green and Johnson. So
right. Yeah, they could. I mean, you could definitely move him inside, and that might be, the better fit for him going forward. But again, it's a solid pick. I mean, you can never go wrong with offensive line. I feel, if you have the right coaching in place, it's definitely a position you can, bolster pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Unless you draft, unless they just don't have the right mindset, like Isaiah Wilson, for the Titans, obviously didn't work out.
I feel like that was such a weird year because of COVID.
Yeah,
you couldn't
right.
bring guys into your building and didn't do
Yeah.
a full evaluation.
No, agreed. Yeah, that made it tough. I mean, you're only relying on, Zoom meetings and, stuff like, we're doing here where, you're talking over, a screen. It's hard to really,
You
find
probably
out.
have prepared answers too.
So. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's hard to find out who really the person is underneath. So Baltimore's finally. Oh, they're up. Oh yeah, that's right. They got the extra pick.
A few picks away from Tampa.
Yeah, I know.
It's Baltimore, Tennessee. Then
this could be Jermaine Johnson here for Baltimore, but I don't know if they would do that. Maybe. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to. I mean, I guess you draft a receiver, but I don't know.
I don't think they're going to take one of these receivers. I mean,
yeah,
they're all second round guys like Sky Moore and
Watson.
Pickens.
Yeah, Christian
Maybe
Watson.
Pickens, I guess, but yeah, Watson, 23 years old. I'm not too keen on that.
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen, to be honest, I haven't seen much of Watson. I've heard the obviously the speed and the height and all that, but he's still very raw as a player. He got a lot to work on. I would probably be more comfortable taking a George Pickens, just because he's shown, more on tape, in my opinion. And then Sky Moore's another one who I think is pretty solid. He's a good player.
I like him too. I'm just not sure if I would take him over some of the players still available.
Yeah, definitely. So Baltimore earlier, they got Kyle Hamilton, correct? And
yeah, and watch them get Jermaine Johnson now.
yeah, that'd be quite the tandem.
Honestly, it wouldn't shock me. They like to accumulate picks, so watch them trade down again.
Right.
But it seems like they might make the pick here. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. And you still have, you have New England, I guess, now at 29, and Green Bay still up. So, yeah,
and Kansas City again.
Yeah, Kansas City at 30. So then Cincinnati, man, Cincinnati has to be like Tyler Lindenbaum, right?
They're sneaky like Trey McBride team.
Oh, right.
Because they lost Uzama, and
that wouldn't be bad. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad pick.
It wouldn't, but I don't know. None of these linebackers I would take in the top 40-ish. I like McBride, but if I can get Dulcich or Kohler in the third, I feel like that's better value.
Right. To be honest, I love Cade Otton. That's my guy.
Yeah, him too.
I really like him.
To me, there's no separation between those groups of tight ends to take one in the first round. But Cincinnati, I remember their tight end coach was at his pro day, so
okay.
I know they've shown interest.
Yeah. Hey, Krillin, that's why you got to take vacation, man. I took this whole week off. That's what you got to do, Then you don't have to worry about work in the morning. Yep, I'm here on my.
It's not even that late, dude. No, seriously, the past few first rounds didn't end until midnight.
I know, and it seems
I feel like
this one we're gonna definitely be probably over by at least 11:30. I have to feel
Exactly, especially with
So-
like all the picks that are being tipped. You don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. This draft has kind of gone by quickly.
Yeah, it definitely moved quicker than previous drafts for sure. I mean, I think last year didn't end until past midnight. So, yeah, really cool to see that. But yeah, I took this whole week off. I'm actually on a private island right now, so I'm just trying to enjoy some time away from
Nice.
civilization and have
Is
some
that
fun.
like your beach house?
I wish. I know. I got it. Me and my buddy, we got it off of Verbo or whatever.
Oh,
and just
VRBO, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yep. So rent it out for a weekend. Just have some fun. You got to be up at 4 a.m. That's okay. That's understandable.
That's understandable.
Yeah. You need to get some sleep, Krillin.
Give me
But-
1 second. I'm just gonna.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. If you need to take
Okay.
a break or anything, go ahead.
Quick bathroom break.
Yeah, go ahead. All right. Again, thank you guys for joining me and everyone in the chat. We appreciate you guys joining the stream. Sorry about the technical difficulties. That was weird. It just went out on us. But we're back and had a pretty good show so far. A lot of interesting stuff here around the NFL. Trades galore. Wide receivers obviously being the top need for a lot of these teams, and just movement everywhere. A lot of movement, a lot of shift between NFC and AFC as far as star power. So pretty cool to see that aspect of it. And obviously we had the Bucs coming up here and a couple of picks. Do they trade back? Do they stay at their pick? Some good options still here available, and hopefully we can get one of those good players that we're obviously hoping for, and make this defense a lot better going forward. Yeah, isn't that nuts? Devin Lloyd and Nakobe Dean are still available. Top 2 linebackers. Crazy. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Again, this channel, I mean, we are a Bucs channel mainly, but we accept all NFL fans, and we try to broaden, our reach as far as giving out content for not just the Bucs, but every NFL team. And that's really why we love, doing draft breakdowns with, we know every player's not going to go to the Bucs. I mean, that just wouldn't be fair. So, we try to broaden the horizon and cover, players that could be picked, the top half of the draft or in the bottom half. It's really about, just showing information on these players, because, oh, there we go. There's Tyler Lindenbaum to the Baltimore Ravens. I think that's a good pick. Again, they need offensive line, and he's a good starting center for their team.
Yeah, it's a really good pick. I'm happy he actually went in the first round. So much of like the negative discourse surrounding him and his short arms, I just never really bought it.
Yeah,
It reminded me of Rashawn Slater last year.
Right. Yeah, Lindenbaum's going to be a stud. I mean, you turn on the tape, he's just so consistent, so smooth, super athletic too. I mean, just easy mover. He was actually one of our first film studies we did last year. Actually, we got a jump on it, and he's just, yeah.
I mean, he plays at Iowa. Like,
yeah, they produce offensive linemen.
The Titans just traded back.
Oh, did they? Wow, to the Jets. Who are the Jets?
Oh man, well, what if that's Jermaine here? Because they didn't take an edge rusher.
Oh my God, it's be
right in front of Tampa too.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's nuts. It has to be Jermaine Johnson.
I mean, I'll be surprised if it isn't at this point.
Yeah, it has to be. Wow. That's crazy. They're going to get Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, and Jermaine Johnson.
Damn.
That's pretty legit.
Well, let's see. Maybe they have something else they're doing. Maybe they take like an offensive tackle, because they need that too.
They do, but there's just no one. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I don't think what's the guy from Central Michigan? Raymond, I think.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah,
mean,
they took Jermaine.
they did. Yeah, I figured. God, wow, that's awesome. Good for them.
Jeez, this is a pretty decent haul for the Jets. Sauce Gardner,
Yeah,
Garrett Wilson, Jermaine.
that's a great draft.
I really never thought Jermaine was like a top 10 pick. I thought he was like,
Yeah, I
like
mean,
I said, I think
there's
Ebiketti's better, but
yeah. I mean, there's things to work on, obviously, and the 1 year of obviously the 12 and a half sacks, but
and that's my whole thing with liking
mhm,
Trayvon Walker because I think Walker is much more of like a better profile than
mhm,
Jermaine. And when Jermaine left the Georgia defense, he actually produced because he played for a defense that let him rush upfield.
right.
Um,
Yeah,
so
yeah, you're
that's
absolutely
why
right.
I'm kind of optimistic.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think for Jacksonville, obviously they've been, so, just mediocre for the last whatever decade. They got to take some risk, and I think the upside is just too great, to pass on. And I think that's what they were thinking. It's like, this guy could just be a dominant defensive player, especially if they can figure out, what's best for him to, how to be used and, how to get those traits out of him.
Yeah, and from what I'm kind of gathered, I think Carolina had Trayvon Walker
Hmm.
as their top edge rusher too.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense too. And that's a great haul. If this is going to be Jermaine, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so they've had a pretty decent night.
Hmm. Well, it looks like Tampa is on the board here, guys. I mean, I hope it's Devontae Wyatt. Devontae Wyatt makes a ton of sense next to Vita Vea. I don't care about the age. I think he's just a solid player that could continue to get better. In my opinion, I thought he was right there with Trayvon Walker as best defensive lineman on that team, and the tape backs it up. I think he would be a great fit.
There's a few guys. Who would surprise you here?
I mean,
Would it be Lewis Seen?
Lewis Seen, I mean, I can understand if he's going to be a right away, plug and play starter, but they have so many resources already there. And I know it's a lot of, 1 year contract guys, but obviously Antoine Winfield, what he's doing, and they would like to have a guy that can be interchangeable, play strong safety or free safety so they can move Antoine around. But I don't know. I'm hoping
Still Mike Edwards, right?
yeah, Mike is still there, and they just picked up Logan Ryan. I know Logan's probably going to be more of a slot corner for them, but
And Keanu Neal.
Keanu Neal for cheap, and I know he's got his injury history, but still, I just feel like you can find a guy like that, later, like in the second or third round. I think the safety group is actually pretty good where you can find, value, especially in the later rounds. I just feel defensive line is just too good to pass up for them because when the Bucs won the Super Bowl in 2020, they were able to get after the quarterback with just 4, and that's what helped them so much. And last year they weren't able to do that, so I think that's where they need to focus on. But we shall see. As long as it's not Logan Hall, I don't like Logan Hall. I just hope it's not him.
Oh, really? You don't like him? I actually like him.
I mean, I like him as a player. I just want to take him in the top, first round. I think he's a day 2, second to fringe third rounder for me as far as just, what he shows on tape. But again, it's it's the traits and the projection. It goes back to that. And
Bucks just traded back with the Jaguars.
okay, perfect. All right, awesome. So they traded out of the first round altogether.
Yeah, so they're at the first pick of the second round, I guess.
Okay, awesome. I'll take that. That's fine. I mean, if you want to do that and you feel Wyatt's going to fall to 33, go ahead.
Curious who Jacksonville's taking here. I don't even know what they would need.
And guys, like I said, it was Devontae Wyatt or trade down, and guess what? We traded down. So I am happy about this. I think this was the right move, and we'll see who falls to us. At 33 tomorrow. I just hope we got some picks for it. Again, that's what 6 spots to move up. We probably hopefully got another 3rd rounder. Hopefully.
It's a 4th and a 6th.
Okay. That's fine. That makes sense. I mean, we didn't have any 6th round picks. You get an extra 4th now. Now you have, opportunities to move up if you want to in the 3rd round maybe, or even the 2nd round. So that's good.
What the hell?
Well, Jacksonville here. I'm not sure who they would be trading up for. Watch it be Devontae Wyatt, or they could go. They need pretty much everything, to be honest.
I'm not sure what they would do.
Yeah, I don't see. I don't see offensive line.
I mean, definitely not offensive tackle. Maybe they take an interior guy, but
Mhm.
Cam Jurgens, I don't know. That's kind of rich.
Yep. All right. Peace out, Krillin. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. You're always welcome, man. You have the great stuff. So always good comments, funny stuff. Get some rest and get to work on time, hopefully. Boye Mafe is another name. What do you think of that guy? I looking at him.
I didn't care for his tape at all.
No, yeah. I mean, they utilized him weird. I just the way he was in his certain stances, and they had him like lined up straight on the tight end at times. And I thought when he was allowed to rush the passer more freely, I thought he did some good things. But again, it was inconsistent at best, I would say.
So their pick is in.
Yeah, could be one of these safeties. Obviously Dax Hill, Lewis Seen, yeah, Seen still there. So, we still have Andrew Booth, the corner on the board. I don't know if they need corner, but well, guys, since the Bucs traded back, I'm interested to see who else gets picked here. See who's going to be on the board
for tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? They could trade back again. Being at 33, that's a hot spot. For teams that want to trade up,
for sure,
especially for a quarterback. So I think that's really nice to have that position.
Devin Lloyd.
Makes sense. Didn't they release Miles Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Devin Lloyd's a great player. Right in front of Green Bay, who I don't know if Green Bay would have taken him. New England.
Oh, they already took Quay Walker.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You're right. But they traded up in front of New England. New England was probably going to take Devin Lloyd, baby.
That's true.
Yep. So with Green Bay here, do they take one of those receivers? I don't know.
Kind of rich to take Quay Walker. I don't know. Devin Lloyd. It seems like he was pretty highly rated. I don't. What did you think about him?
Devin Lloyd?
Yeah.
I thought he was. I think he's just a great person. Obviously a tremendous leader, and I saw the story that they had of him this past week, and it's just amazing what they went through and being able to win the Pac-12. I thought that was awesome, and I think he's a really good player. He shows ability to rush the passer, and then also move sideline to sideline. I think is good. I saw little bits and pieces of him, so I can't give you like full analysis as far as his coverage, but I thought he was pretty complete, especially in the front seven.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of linebackers I like. I mean, Chad Muma, Troy Anderson, I think
Yeah, I
is
felt like
solid. So how often do you guys do like the podcast? Are you guys on like once a week, or how do you guys kind of spread
usually
it
twice
out?
a week.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
Mm. Oh yeah, I forgot about Chanel. Yeah, Chanel could be a sleeper here. Chris is a Patriots fan, so
Chanel in the first round would be wow.
yeah. He's the guy from Wisconsin, I believe, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like him, but that's
Mhm. Yeah. Little rich, little too rich. Oh, okay. He says to Pats at 54. Okay, that makes more sense.
yeah,
As he's
for sure.
talking
I was
about.
gonna say
Yeah,
29 is
yeah.
too much. I don't.
Mhm.
This is what the second time Jason Lights traded back in the first round.
I think actually it's his. I want to say it's his. Oh wait, no, he did. Yeah, he did trade back
The
with.
year they got Vea, right?
Yeah, they traded back for Vea, and they also traded back for Vernon Hargreaves. Obviously, that one's one to forget, but they traded back for Vea, and it was actually I just saw earlier this week. It was very interesting. They did the same thing when they drafted Warren Sapp. They traded from 7 to 12. I just thought that was pretty interesting that they did the same thing with Vea. Obviously the pick that went 7, Josh Allen, that's pretty awesome. Two really good players there.
Oh yeah, because the Bills traded up.
Yep, yeah, Bills traded up and got Josh Allen. That guy, that guy's a beast, man. Seems like he gets bigger and bigger every year. He's bulking up all the time.
He's so good.
Yeah, he is. He is really good. That game last year, him and versus Brady, that was probably one of the probably top game of the year last year. I thought it was really good. Them versus the Bills.
Yeah, I thought that you guys were gonna blow him out, then they just like came back in that second
Yeah,
half.
yeah. They started running the football a little bit, and obviously, Josh Allen just making all sorts of plays.
So the Packers, their pick is in.
Yeah.
They took Wyatt.
Did they? I figured. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense for them.
So they took 2 Georgia players.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. Man, now I feel like the Bucs are taking Logan Hall at 33. I feel like that's going to be the pick.
Yeah, because I know Chicago's really interested in him.
Who, Logan Hall?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they pick at, I think, 46, I believe.
Yeah, Lloyd's an interesting player, but Wyatt,
Mhm.
I'm not sure. Green Bay still has to. They haven't replaced Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I know.
So
Well,
like,
all the receivers went ahead of him, but yeah, still, it's like, again, it's just something they don't do. They don't take receivers first round, and I don't know why, especially when you have a guy like, Aaron Rodgers, and you should want to put more talent around him, but then again, they've had talent around him, and it just hasn't hasn't worked out. Then you trade away your superstar receiver. I don't know. It's a weird, very weird process up there in Green Bay.
Yeah,
But
I'm not even.
yeah.
I guess they can do it in the second round, but then like, what are you looking at there? It's like,
I'm not sure who's going to be there, you know?
I mean, Christian Watson and Sky Moore might be gone by then.
Yeah, for sure. They'll probably go within the top 50 picks.
Maybe George Pickens, like
Mm-hmm.
maybe trade up for him. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure where they pick in the second round. They're probably a later pick, I'm sure.
Yeah, like 60.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, G Vegas, I think you're right. I think, looking at the Bucs options, it could be a Logan Hall, at 33. Lewis Seen's still there. I hope they look at one of the edge rushers. I would love Ebiketie at 33, but I don't think they're go in that direction. Yeah, that's right, Chris. He does play a little upright for me, but again, he's 6'6", so that's going to be a natural thing where you have to coach. He's got to get his pad level down a little bit more, some technique work where he can be a little even faster. Obviously, the traits are top notch. He's a good athletic size specimen where he can play multiple roles. He can play on the edge. He can play inside. I feel his best position is probably interior, where he can line up against guards and use that quickness to his advantage. But we will definitely see how this plays out. Maybe Logan Hall sneaks in the first round. I don't know. I don't see a team that's remaining takes him, but you still have Minnesota up here at 32, I believe. So they might look at some defensive line, maybe corner, but they're probably hoping Andrew Booth falls to 32. Guys, Bucs fans in the chat, help me out. Did the Bucs really bring back Ndamukong Suh, or is that not true? Let's see. See if I can find my good old Greg Allman. He's always on top of it. That's like my go-to Bucs source. Nope, it was one of my friends messing with me. And George Karlaftis is still there. That's crazy. Like he might fall in the first round.
Ebiketie too.
Yeah, all these guys.
Some still really good edges, like
Mm-hmm.
Drake Jackson. Even on day 2, I feel like he's be a good one.
Yeah, Drake Jackson. Yeah, we actually just did a film study of him today. That's on the channel, and yeah, he's a fun player. I think he's like very dominant against the run, but he also has that unique bend ability where he can do a lot of different things. That ghost move is pretty special. So, yeah, it's awesome. But this guy, to Green Bay, Devontae White, I was just a huge fan of him. I had him in my like top 20 as far as players. I thought he was that good.
Wow, the Patriots took a crazy reach.
Oh, did they? Is it Chanel?
Offensive lineman.
Oh, okay.
Interior, can you guess?
Interior offensive lineman. Maybe a center prospect. I don't know. Who is it?
Cole Strange.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he was like a 3rd round.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people were comparing him to Ali Marpet, but I don't think he was.
Marpet wasn't drafted in the 1st round.
Right, exactly. Yeah, 2nd round pick, and yeah, Cole Strange. That's interesting.
Oof, okay.
Yeah, Chris, I had the same thing. Yeah, Strange in the third. I thought it would have been a little bit better value. But hey, at least they traded back. They got more picks. they, they got their guy apparently. Yeah, they did give us Shaq Mason, and we are thankful for that. Shaq Mason is a top guard in the league, so it's pretty awesome. Got him for a 5th round pick. Well, I think everyone is getting ready for bed. It looks like a lot of people are jumping off. Yeah.
You guys doing this tomorrow too?
I don't know. Probably not. I'm probably gonna be out somewhere, probably having a nice cocktail. And
Tomorrow's a big day for the Bucs, man.
I know. It's
like a few day 2 picks.
Yep.
I love the Friday.
I love the Friday part of
favorite.
it. Yeah. Especially for this draft. This draft in particular is going to be really good for tomorrow. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, man. Well, it's a pleasure joining you guys.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Billy. You've been awesome. Definitely have to have you on again sometime. Maybe during the season, or maybe just anytime throughout the year. Always be great to have you on there. So
yeah, just let me know, man.
All right. Yep. All right, man.
Fun. Take care.
Yep. You too. Have a good night. All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to call it a night. Obviously, the Bucs are up first tomorrow, which is awesome. It could be another potential trade down. Still a lot of good prospects available. And we could see, trade ups, into, getting more 3rd round picks as potential movement. They have a top 4th round pick now from Jacksonville. So I thought it was a great move. Again, we discussed it. We talked about it in our live stream. It was Devontae Wyatt or trade down. And guess what? They traded down. So, RBT gets something right there. But again, this was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate all the comments, the likes. Be sure to like this this stream if you did. Give us comments, feedback, how we can improve this live draft stream going into next year. Obviously, we don't want the technical difficulties that we had earlier. We don't ever want that to happen again. So we apologize for that. But again, it was a lot of fun. Appreciate all you guys. It was just fun chatting it up. So everyone have a great night and go Bucs.